There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Phalanges.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Daz.
And I'm Brock.
Welcome to Mouse.
On Twitter. Sorry, I just self-plugged there, my bad.
Just start plugging. Subscribe.
That's my apologies.
We'll ask at the end of the show, like, how can people follow you and ask questions. Guys, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify now, so you can check out Mousecast on both those platforms. Links are in the description. Gentlemen, starting with Daz, what's on your desk right now?
I have this Ueden Z7 because I paid myself $22 to not sell it. I forgot to put a label on it, apparently, and then they mailed it back to me, and I had to pay the postage to get it back. So I lost the initial label. Yeah, so that was sick. Otherwise, I've got the Masashi Void V3 still on the desk.
Wow.
Surprising, isn't it? I'm using this over the PD170 right now. Not because I like it more, just because it's on the desk. And I actually have we'll pull the keyboard out too. I'm not sure how to say the brand name, but Iconix?
Oh yeah,
IYX?
EV63. Feels great.
It looks cool.
My hands are really dumb though, and small right side shift keys are my the bane of my existence. So.
Okay. Yeah, Brock. Yeah, do you have a centerpiece?
Do I have a centerpiece? I have it downstairs. But I'm not using it. It doesn't really match like my aesthetic a lot. I'm more of a traditional mechanical keyboard guy. I think it's more of a I don't have any RGB in my setup. Sorry, my laptop is going crazy. I don't have any RGB in my setup. I'm more of a very monochrome menace, only black and white. I don't like any lights. So I have the Ulux Competition Small. It's my favorite Finalmouse ever made. I have all 33 in a box downstairs, and then 40 mice in my desk. But I'm only gonna go over this one. The Competition Small is one of my favorite mice. The Orbital Pathfinder is another really good one. I can post my configuration later. And then I use a GPX to hold my dongle down because it's heavy. Because the Finalmouse dongles have that issue where they're so light that they fall off your desk. So I just use a GPX to keep it secure. That's why that's on my desk. I don't really use it very often. Favorite Starlight is a Pegasus for sure. And I'm not gonna go over anything else on my desk.
What do you have for
I was told
pad?
to keep it short. What do I have for so I have now I have a glass bag, so I just took it off, and it's gonna take a while to put back on. But I have it's just the Endgame Gear Poron pad. I'm not sure which one it is. I've bought a number of them, so when I go on vacation and such, I'll get a mouse pad, and it's what I can get on Prime with 1-day shipping. So it's just a Poron pad. It's my go-to Poron pad. And then aside from that, the glass pad I normally use is the Wallhack CR5.
Nice. Okay.
And then Newfie 60HE Air.
Okay. Solid.
With GMK black on white, or white on black. Yeah. Other way, I always get the two confused.
For me, I have a Czar's pad. Again, I think I had this last week. I'm sorry. I took it off my desk, and then I was like, damn, that's a really good pad, and I got it back on my desk. And then I'm boring. I got my Zebra base sanded 50 gram Viper Base Red Pro. Red Bull. Yeah, Des, what are you drinking today?
Well, I just realized the color of the liquid may have been in the cup it was in may have been suspicious.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. I had a lot earlier. So, yeah.
Okay, so why don't we get into then Brock? Tell us. Gosh, we should do an intro first. Who are you for the people who don't know?
I'm just Brock. I used to go by Nitrite Boy and stuff, and I kind of think screen names are tacky now, so I just go by my birth name. My Twitter is I promoted it again, but my name on all social media is my full legal. So
That's pretty
get uncomfortable
honestly.
By screen names now.
Yeah, I guess better question would be, what's your connection to Finalmouse then? Because that's what people.
I have a rehearsed answer to this. I am just an independent contractor, and I only worked on this shape. I did no other. So the Discord notifications are probably popping up here. I did no other work on the SLX other than the shape. And I sent him a number of ideas, structural ideas, but I don't know if any of those were used. I was not involved in that process at all. I don't know. There was some overlap, but I don't think that they were necessarily for me. It's lots of people come up with things at the same time. Because me and Miser had a lot of ideas that we gave Finalmouse. I don't think that they were his deciding factor. Most of them he probably came up with on himself.
So
on his own, sorry.
I love your rehearse answer. I only did the shape. What got you into mice originally?
Well, I mean, my first mouse was a G502 Hero, I think, like the heaviest mouse you can possibly have. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I liked the scroll wheel that like went on and on forever. And then after that, like I immediately went to the first Viper. And then my third mouse was the Ultralight Phantom, like the really old Finalmouse, probably not commonly known. I got it from my cousin for $40, and that was like my first interaction with the Finalmouse when I was on vacation in DC. And that's like what got me into Finalmouse, because from that and my friend Andrew, like I had known about them, but I never had like purchased one because Andrew or Terabyte is always talking about them. But then I first got one in DC because my cousin had one, and from the Phantom I was able to order the Starlight Phantom because they did like this thing where if you own the original Phantom you could get a Starlight Phantom, and that's how I started. And from making mice, I'm gonna be honest, like with Nitrite Labs, it was basically that like I wanted to go lighter than the Finalmouse. I had the desire to go lighter. I didn't think 42 grams was enough, so I had some. I guess I don't have pictures. Maybe I can. I think maybe I put them in our group chat or not. But I had like a 25 gram, 24 gram UL2 prototype that was like wireless. No side buttons. Though. I'm not a big side button person. Just like silicone egg. Mostly because they're really hard to model. I'm not a huge fan of modeling side buttons because they're more hard to get right in the design than the actual clicks, in my opinion.
So is Nitrite Labs still a project that you're working on?
It's a project, but I want to wait until I have money to do it right. Like especially the XT1 shape. Like I'm like a couple hundred revisions into that. Like more, I don't know more, but like about equal work has been gone into the Nitrite Lab, the XT1 shape as the SLX. So I definitely want to wait until I can do it right. I don't want it to be like a 3D printed mouse anymore because I feel like that's taboo to the customer. I instead want to wait until I can afford to have it like fully injection molded in carbon, like or
That's cool.
Carbon reinforced polymer.
Yeah, that's cool. We had Project W. They're another W Gaming. Is this how it's like Project W? Yeah, there we go. These guys have a 3D printed MSLA printed, and that uses internals from either the MCHOSE L7 or the Cyrox V8. And it's like a good shape, and they did a good job, but it still is a 3D printed mouse with like, you gotta shim the clicks, you know?
Yeah, you always get that asterisk because it's not like it doesn't come from a mold. Like it just doesn't feel the same. Like it doesn't feel. And I love Project W. I was actually talking to them. I was
oh yeah,
thinking about collaborating with them in the future. So maybe that's coming. Who knows? I reached out to a lot of people in the past couple of days now that the SLX shape is out, and like my work is more like this is the most high profile my work has ever been. Yeah. Again, I just did the shape. I just worked in the shape. It was mostly directed by Finalboy. Like the shape wasn't even necessarily my idea. I just was the one who actually like did the CAD for the shape, like putting his ideas on the screen.
Okay, can you tell us?
I want to make it as clear as possible.
I think that. Can you tell us how did Finalmouse reach out to you? Yeah, I guess how did that start?
So I made renders, like a concept of what the Ultralight X2 could look like, and it was like a solid shell mouse. It had I like put my own engravings on it. Originally, it was just like a more rear humped, lower front mouse. That was in solid shell. That was my concept for the UXL, and I had posted it in the Discord. And the conversation was talking about Finalmouse, and I was like saying like how I would love to work there one day. And then like Finalboy actually responded. Like I was only putting that image there to get advice on how I could improve my concept. And then Finalboy was actually like in chat then, and he was like, I think you have what it takes. And then it was like radio silence for 2 months, and I worked on Maizu to improve my render. So I was really prepared for when he actually came to me and he told me that he wanted a shape, like to work together on a shape. Because I'd been working with Maizu on a Finalmouse inspired shape then. So there was that potential. I don't know. Someone just added me on Discord and he knows I'm live. So that's crazy. Sorry. So because there was that potential to work for Finalmouse, I worked for like 2 months on a concept with Maizu, which is like he's pretty.
You on Twitter?
They are showing the SLX as you talk about it. I don't know what he's trying to say there.
Oh.
Maybe it just got posted on Twitter. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by.
You got to tune out the DMs. If you
Yeah.
see
How do I mute that on?
Close.
I'm just-
Yeah.
I would just open the stream.
I have like
Do not
notifications on.
disturb.
full
Yeah, you
screen
can go
it,
do not disturb mode.
Okay.
your
Oh, I'm on
profile.
invisible, so I just switched to do not disturb instead.
Yeah. Do not
Okay, sorry,
disturb
that's, like,
life.
All
day,
We'll do it for 8
24/7.
hours.
Phalanges in 24/7. Do not disturb. Yeah.
Hey, that didn't work. Online, and then do not disturb forever. Okay. Well,
You can always toggle it off.
yeah. It just wasn't. It didn't work the initial time. Okay. So where was I? I was talking about. I initially had posted a render in chat. Finalboy saw it like way before I wanted him to because it wasn't polished enough. And he said he thought I had what it takes to work at Finalmouse. And like again, I was an independent contractor. I didn't actually work there when I worked there. I might want to make that clear again. Like it was just and it's in my contract that I can't misconstrue myself as an employee. I was just an independent contractor. Then I was working with Maizu, and then they were like, I was like super wrapped up in the Finalmouse Discord for a couple months, and like there were whispers of them talking about working in a new shape, but like he was like telling people, hey, don't keep us like outside of Discord, like don't talk about this outside of Discord about the new shape, and like they were having some struggles or something doing it internally, so they wanted it outsourced to like an enthusiast who potentially would know how to do it better. So then I came in because I had lots of experience because my XT1 shape was like a humpless Finalmouse space shape, so I'd already done hundreds of revisions based off that. I had the lightweight UL2 shape that was 25 grand, that I had made a couple of revisions off that as well. And that was like my main selling point. Like, look, I know the Finalmouse shape better than like anyone else except the people inside of Finalmouse probably. So I just made so many shapes off it. I think that was what sold him. And yeah, like 6 months later we had a finished thing.
Dude, that's really cool. So my next question.
I'm very proud of it. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
So I didn't mean to cut you off. This delay.
No, you absolutely should be proud of that. I know you said it's like your highest profile work yet too. I've noticed your like Twitter's popping off now too, especially as you're getting more active there.
I have to tone it down a little bit, I guess.
So my next question.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Today I like only had like 18,000 impressions, and I was like, oh, I'm falling off.
Meanwhile, I've never had that in one day. No, yeah, ride the wave.
Yeah,
You definitely have. I've seen posts from you who get that do numbers. Like there's no way. That's all the replies. Like I've just been doing a ton of replies.
I don't even know how to get
extra posts.
Yeah, I don't even.
I don't
want
to post anything unless it's high quality.
That's fair.
Yeah, I post a lot of garbage. Anyway, my next question for you is actually one that you can kind of geek out over because I think it's a long response is good.
Great.
Can you walk us through your design philosophy behind your artist philosophy, whatever you want to call it, behind the SLX?
I'm going to talk more about shapes in general, but I mean, and what Finalmouse has publicly stated for the SLX, because again, like a lot of people, like these questions have been answered, but like not everyone is like super tied into watching every word that comes out of Finalmouse. So I'll kind of do a little bit of reiteration of what's publicly knowledgeable here. Essentially, we took the UX Classic, we scaled it down 1.5%. We gave it a much fuller hump. We reduced the flare. We made sure to keep like the really good shoulders. Like almost a lot of the development was spent like making sure maybe this is slightly the shoulders. We spent a lot of time on this part right here, making sure that this feels good in your hands. Where the transition goes from your the sides of the clicker wall and like something on like on the GPX, because that's a really hard transition. See if I have a Viper V4 anywhere. I don't know where it is. But the Viper V4 has like an egregiously sharp transition, and that's most of the same size.
You're talking
like
this?
It has. I've heard people describe it as mammoth tusks almost, right there, and that was
Okay.
like certainly something I don't think would feel good on a mouse. And I'm not saying like that was the Finalmouse philosophy, but like those is, in my opinion, those are some things that wouldn't feel good on a mouse.
And you called that the shoulder?
I call it this. That was actually an internal word. Yeah, that was a word I learned while I was working.
Okay.
Alongside them, not for them. Alongside as an independent contractor.
new episode title. All caps.
Yeah, we
non-employee independent contractor.
It's not a joke. Like, we can't laugh at it. It's very serious. I don't want to get in trouble here.
No, we got you.
Okay, I mean, is there more? I guess that was okay. Do you have any philosophies in general when designing mice? And you can use XT1 for an example.
Okay, in general, one of my biggest things is that, like, something like a lot of people don't know, in my opinion, is that your pinky has to be sticking out further than your ring finger.
Oh, yeah.
Your ring finger.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's farther on your hand.
Yeah, so this part has to be like that's, and the hardest finger to get right when you're making a mouse shape is your ring finger. That's always going to be the most uncomfortable finger to get right. And you can kind of cop out of that by giving it good shoulders, because you can just rest it on top and you don't have to worry about the sidewall. But that's a cop out, and some people are going to always want to rest it on the sidewall. But that, like the biggest thing that I can't stress enough for like people who are getting started in mouse shape design is you have to worry about the ring finger. Like that's what you need to get right the most. It's really easy to get everything else. Yeah.
Because the Viper V4, for example, just like pokes my finger when I because I have my ring finger way up there. Yeah.
And on that, it keeps me up at night. That the SLX is 1 millimeter bigger in the front than it is in the back. I'm pretty sure it's like the only mouse that is like that. Like it flares out 62.8 millimeters, and the back is 61.8 millimeters. And like I really wanted it to be 61.8 on both ends, but like it just didn't feel as good. But I think I think it's fine. It keeps me up a little at night a little bit, but I think it's fine in the end. Like I think it's still an amazing shape. It's definitely the best Finalmouse shape yet, in my personal objective opinion. Or sorry, personal subjective opinion. My opinion is in no way objective, but it's my favorite. Like I'm someone who uses a ULEX small, Starlight small, UL2, like very small mice, and a lot of people are worried that that shape is going to work for their hands because their hands are too small. But like it's genuinely and again, I also play games where there's lots of vertical aim, and it's the vertical aiming, and the SLX is made for horizontal aiming. But like still, as someone who fits like the criteria the mouse was made for the least, I still think it's the best shape from Finalmouse. Yeah, and maybe I'm biased because I worked on it. Maybe that's part of it. But in my opinion, it's the best shape out of Finalmouse yet.
I don't know, if you said it's not the best shape, then people would be like, "Are you not happy with what you've done?"
No, I'm very proud of it. I mean, there was one version. Actually, it's this one. I don't know where the other one is. It's the version in my hand. This is my favorite version that I personally made. And I think it was something Finalboy didn't ask me to make it. It was something I made on my own. I was like, "Hey, can you try this?" But I still think it's very close between that and the SLX. Let me see. We talked about. Oh, let me talk about sizes again. I'll go back to that.
Oh yeah, sure.
For sure.
The SLX is, compared to the old sizes, it's almost a small in width. Like it's very, maybe you can pull that up. It's very small in width. It's not wide, so it's very accommodating for small hands. In terms of length, it's somewhere between the medium and the large, but it is very tall because it has that full hump. So we had the hump curvature had to be adjusted, and the height had to be adjusted so that the hump would flow correctly for it being taller now. But other than like the height, it's really like the width is like medium, like between small and medium, closer to small almost than medium. The width is almost just a tad bit long. Not, I just swore there. It's gonna get us demonetized on accident. A tad bit longer than the current medium, and then the height is like a couple millimeters longer than taller than the current large. But again, like I think that's something, a change that's gonna be very welcome, because the hump feels a lot more full. The number one complaint I had heard as an enthusiast with the Finalmouse shape is that either the hump was too pointy, it didn't have enough support, things like that. And I really think that's been resolved with the SLX shape. I think it's in terms of the hump, it's a million times better.
Couple questions from chat. One was, I guess, how fitting is the SLX shape for like more of a fingertip grip style?
I mean, I guess I have no issues, and I have very small hands. I can fingertip it just fine. You still can get like that lots of like the up and down motion, the micro adjustments, just fine with it. I mean,
Okay.
I think there's no issues fingertipping, especially if you have your ring finger on the top shoulder, which it's really made for.
Interesting. Almost a 1-3-1 grip.
I mean, this is how I even grip the small is on the shoulder. But then I can also grip it like this. This works, and this is the small. The competition is small, and I can go like this as well. It's a little bit harder to fingertip when you have it on the side, in my opinion. And I have smaller hands though. But I mean, it's still very feasible. And I prefer to fingertip the SLX and the competition, because the competition is honestly a little bit too small, and I have small hands for fingertip. Because when fingertip, like your hands just spread out so much, and it makes it like you're holding a very small portion of it.
Are you able to answer why there's no small, medium, large, different sizes with the SLX this time?
I mean, I can give you an answer from an enthusiast perspective, like someone looking outward. I would say that, like in terms of, like really the small, medium, large was almost fingertip, claw, and then claw palm before, and this shape just does all those three grip styles better than the other ones before, in my opinion. So why would you even want three other sizes if you could have one that does all those independent sizes just as, like, better than all of them? And who knows what's coming in the future? Like no one can say what's coming in the future. And that's not that I know anything, but like, no one knows what's coming in the future.
Earlier you mentioned
it just it does it better than all three, in my opinion. Sorry, I cut you off. There's like so much delay.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's interesting. It makes me. I saw Rise in chat was like, I'm sold on one now. I want to try it.
I sold him on one like before that. He was already sold. Don't let him lie to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and Rise got into a very in-depth discussion on the shape.
Nice. Okay, so earlier you mentioned that the SLX is designed more for horizontal aiming. What makes a mouse designed more for horizontal versus vertical aiming?
Stability. It's just stability. Just making it as stable as possible. And that's.
Does that mean big?
That's what?
Does that mean big? Like an ergo?
Not necessarily. Just like you feel locked in your palm. Like it feels like it's your palm can like really hug it. And in your like doesn't necessarily mean big, because it's not again, it's the SLX is not a terribly large mouse. If you look at it in terms of volume, like it's Rise actually, oh no, it wasn't Rise, it was Winter. He was like talking about how it was like not huge in volume at all, because especially it's so thin that it really affects the volume.
Yeah,
it's not a huge mouse. I mean, in volume it might be less than the current large, the Finalmouse large, because it's so thin. Actually, I know it is. Unless you take into account the height, but that's like if you're counting like water volume, like how much water it would displace, that's one thing. But how much like bounding box volume, like if you were to take the dimensions, just add them all up, and not actually the volume of water it would displace in milliliters, different numbers. But I know in terms of like displacement, the SLX is certainly smaller than the current UX Classic or Tiger. I mean, I see why they went away with the old size, because it was Cheetah, Lion, Tiger, and that's kind of like obviously a cheetah is a small cat, it's like a smaller cat, but then lion and tiger are about the same size. So I always get that mixed up in my head, and I'm someone who's very involved in the Finalmouse community.
Yeah.
Just the community again. I'm an independent contractor.
Independent contractor. I need to screen cap that for the thumbnail.
Yes.
Did you have any influence on the art style?
The art style? No. I'm very against holes. The final iteration I sent in had no holes. And I come back, I was like, oh no, it has holes, whatever. Like Finalboy actually made me wait to see it along with everyone else, because he thought it would be more impactful. Like I like the design, I like the engravings. I particularly like the engravings on the side. I think those look good. I do kind of wish that the engravings like weren't where your fingers were. I think there could be like cool art styles with that. But other than that, like I think the it's good. Like from an artistic perspective, maybe I like the ULX one just like a teeny bit more. Maybe not. I don't know if I can say that. But I think that they're probably like on par with the Starlight at least for the engravings. And the Starlight engravings were still very good. I still think that Finalmouse by far has like the best engravings. Like I don't really like the tree.
Oh no. Okay, I think this might be a Discord problem. I'm going to, I guess, relaunch Discord. I apologize, audience. Oh wait, are we back?
Oh,
I am so sorry, guys.
Discord out?
That was a full Discord out for like the past 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 30 minutes. I was like, oh no.
No. No.
Okay, so I saw 2 bars on my end. It must have just been like a universal drop. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I was talking, but I just heard you cutting out. Like I heard it sounded like a robot voice.
And same for
my end.
Do you want to skip to a new question instead then, or do you want me to reiterate? I don't even remember where I was.
We had asked about the art style, and you said he waited for you to see the holes, and you were talking about the grooves. Finalmouse does grooves better than other people.
Oh, not the grooves, the engravings. I mean,
engravings.
I think the grooves are better than. I think the SLX shape is better than any other shape on the market. Like absolutely, especially the curves. Like if you look at like the curves on the SLX and the other shapes in like its size category, like Viper V4, Viper V3, GPX, Super Strike, they're all very flat, and the SLX is more of like a more dangerous. It's not super safe. It's dangerous. It's a little bit more curvy. Than the rest of them, because if you look at the ELO shapes outlines of those mice, like what you see on that ELO shapes is essentially what you're going to get, because they just essentially go flat down from those outlines, but the SLX tapers in all directions, so it feels a lot different. On my favorite iteration this is the one I made by myself, like aside from Finalmouse SLX, the issue was that it was too flat like the GPX, and I'm assuming that's why it wasn't gone with, because the taper was brought in 0.5 millimeters on each side, so that the front height wasn't as much, but that makes the sides more flat, because the sides weren't brought, like the bottom wasn't brought on with the top. So then obviously if you have a line like this, and then you only bring in the top, then the slope is less and it's less curvy. If you were to like imagine connecting like these two, like as these are vertexes, and think of it as a line, like this is what it ended up going with. This is what I wanted, and in the end, like this is more comfortable, but this looks better.
What do you use for designing? Do you do hand sketches?
I use
digital.
You say hand sketch? Oh, hand sketches. It's something I've been picking up after my contract ended, because it would help with design iteration, like just to be faster with hand sketches. But I didn't know how to do any hand sketching when I was working with Finalmouse. I use Fusion. I'm a big Fusion guy. I can't say those jokes right now, but I'm huge on Fusion. That's my favorite design platform. I'm loading SolidWorks as well right now. They're very similar. Like you can pretty much do everything on SolidWorks as you can on Fusion. It's cheaper. Yeah, but I just use the. I mean, maybe I could screen share later. I can show you like what a shape looks like on the back end to make it on something that's not under red tape right now, or
sure. If there's stuff you can share, I will. I'll wait till you screen share, and then once you're ready, I'll bring it down to the Mousecast.
Maybe let's wait until the end, or unless you want to go right now. Unless you think it'd be better right now, because I'm gonna have to like. Let's wait until there's a segment that I'm not talking as much, so I can bring it up.
Yeah.
We can make sure there's nothing confidential on my screen, because it's gonna take me some time, like to look at this, make sure there's nothing that shouldn't be there. Yeah, I'll bring up a personal project of mine that isn't for any other brands. The number one thing that I think is super important when you're making a mouse, like the analyzation on the actual software end, is you have to look at the cross sections. If ELO shapes have like a cross section view, so you can kind of like go a slider through the like. Okay, hold on. Wrong side. Like you have to like look at it like it's cut like this. Like imagine like between my hands was invisible, and you were looking at like head on from this. That's super important. To like cross-sectional analysis is super important for getting this shape right, especially like if you were trying to make a shape that has the same shoulders as the old Finalmouse shape. Like you would have to look at the cross section to get that right. Another thing is curvature intensity maps. You essentially is a map that I like to look at. That I would advise a lot of starting shape designers to look at is to look at the curvature map, and that's essentially a heat map of how much curvature there is vertex to vertex. The more curvature, like if there's any like super hot curvature, which is going to be like a purple color or like a blue color, I guess it's colder then, like it looks colder. That means there's too much curvature then, and it's going to be a lump when you look at it under the light. And that's another thing I do. I look at it, the shape under the light in Fusion. I have, like, I spent so much time looking at shapes with the metal material in the metal material in Fusion. Like I can understand how the light's gonna hit from like physically to in the software very well, as long as I'm using the metal material. Because that's a really reflective, really shiny material in the software. So I can like move the viewport around. I can see how the light's hitting it, and I can understand how the curvature is going to be based on how the light hits it. And I don't. Finalmouse had that shaped by light like teaser. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Probably not. Actually, I should probably just disclose that it had nothing to do with it. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm sure that was independently came.
Might just be marketing because stars and stuff. Starlight.
Yeah, stars. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I work in automotive paint, and there are inspection lights. So, like, automotive paint facilities will have these. So every single car that's produced, they go through quality checks, and these lights are all lines, so that if there's any defects, you'll see a bump in the line, and it's just a way. They even make like portable ones that you can like use at home.
Oh, like I think we have one of those because my family does home construction, like the home construction contractors. So we have like that little laser that you can see that. That's kind of similar to the zebra map. It'll essentially put zebra lines in the mouse.
Zebra map? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, zebra map.
Zebra map.
Zebra curvature map. You could look that up.
Okay.
I'm not actually looking at the thing. If there's like a car body, because the type of splines I use, they're mostly used for cars and for computer mice. Like those are the type of ergonomic, or not even ergonomic, but like those are probably the two biggest things that you make with splines is computer mice and car bodies. Like in the little preview for Fusion, where like when it gives you like a quick synopsis of what each tool does, like it for the splines, it will show you like a car body.
Yeah.
So maybe if mice doesn't work out, I'll go to designing cars instead.
Yeah. No.
And
so
if I get blasted to oblivion by Finalmouse, if I say anything I shouldn't hear.
Career ended today. Yeah.
I feel like it's actually pretty cool to have that on a resume. But aren't you in school right now? What are you studying?
I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm studying mechanical engineering right now.
Right on, dude. Yeah, I'm a mechanical engineer. Daz is a software developer.
Yeah.
Like your degree is computer
My
engineering?
condolences.
Computer science, yeah.
Yeah. But in mechanical engineering, there is sometimes I live near a lot of automotive stuff, and sometimes there is they call it class A surface modeling. That's like actually a job.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to do that. Maybe I need to switch to that instead, because topology is a super huge thing when you're making a mouse shape. To understand there can't be any bumps. You have to understand the correct way to place the vertexes. The correct way to position the map of everything, and I'll show this in the software. A lot of like people because I've seen a lot of people get started with mouse shapes, and the issue is they're not using enough vertexes, because it can get overwhelming to have a bunch of vertexes on your screen, have like a couple thousand points on your screen because you have to manage all of them. So, and obviously for the more vertexes there are, the exponentially more work it is. But you need to have a lot of, like, the more vertexes you have, the more accurate your shape is going to be. If you have like maybe only 100 vertexes, like you have like an 8x8 on each face of the mouse, it's gonna be a really round shape, and it's not gonna end up being, it's gonna look like a tube almost, and that's not what you want. The SLX is a very detailed curvature map, and like that's why the changes take so long. A lot of stuff went into that. A lot of like I mean, in terms of execution, I don't think this is sensitive info, but like I put so much work into making sure that every curve, there was no errors in the curvature map at all. Because for every iteration, because I knew that there's a potential that 100,000 people are going to feel this shape. Like if the SLX does 10 drops, I don't know how many it's going to be. Obviously, don't take this as a guarantee of anything. I have no idea how many mice are going to be produced.
Spitballing, for sure.
But if there's 10 drops of 10,000, that's going to be 100,000 people are going to feel my work, like something that I influence. So I have to make sure it's as perfect as possible. Like it's my responsibility, or I'm letting everyone down who's using it. And I felt that constantly when I was working with it. Like I worked so many late nights just off that motivation, that this has to be as perfect as possible. And I'm really happy with how it turned out.
That's really cool. Now, because you have design experience with mice, do you ever pick up other mice and you're like, oh, this is garbage, or oh, this is really good?
Yeah, I had to private my TENS review for that because I'm not allowed to criticize other brands anymore. That was an issue while I was under contract with Finalmouse. I did a TENS review and I had to take that down because I can't say anything negative. Yeah, I don't know if I said it or not. Someone just, sorry.
Can you speak more generally as to like what design features are hallmarks of a good mouse and which ones are indicative that it was bad?
Clicks, build quality, clicks. Like obviously, like everyone knows those ones. But
like for example, what's your opinion on the GPX has that like little rib? You know what I'm talking about on the right side?
You know, I've gotten those on accident a lot, like those little, because that's like a lump that you have to work out in the curvature map then. I've gotten those a lot, and I'm not entirely convinced that that dent in the GPX isn't there on accident, and then they just kind of roll with it. That isn't entirely possible, because I've gotten a similar dent in that position before just on accident, because my curvature map wasn't perfect. You can tell by looking at a shape how good the form work is. Like if I have a Vaxi mouse, or even this, like you can tell that it's very round. Like they didn't use a lot of vertexes on it. This is a Lamsey Thorn.
Are there examples of shapes you find are
the Viper Mini is the best shape that's ever came out of Viper. It has, you can tell it's very high curvature points. I had to do it because I've obviously pulled this shape before, which is where you try to use it as a base to make a new shape. And you have to have an absurd amount of vertexes to be able to properly accomplish the Viper Mini shape in like full resolution. So I know that they did a really good job on that. Not so much the Viper before. That one you can do with very few vertexes, mostly creases. Let's see what else. This is that's another RAWM mouse. Like again, I can look at a mouse and tell how many splines in it just by the curvature of it. One of my favorite, most slept on shapes is the OG HGX. Incredibly good shape. And you wouldn't think so because it has that flare, and I'm not really huge on the flare, but I think it's perfect because your pinky just sits just slightly less out than on the hump then, and that's perfect. That's great. Oh, here's a Vaxi shape. So I have so many on my desk and they're under my laptop. This is probably the least amount of splines I've seen on a mouse. In terms of you can just because you can see how round it is. You can see how like it looks more natural. Like it looks like more like an object you'd find in nature.
So is that necessarily like a positive or a negative, or what are your thoughts when you see something like that?
I mean, if you don't want a lot of splines if you can't handle them. Like it's gonna overwhelm you and it's gonna add more bumps because that's more work. Okay. And like there can be bumps you can't see them when there's no splines because it's easier to resolve. Because the curvature, it won't show up more on the curvature map. You have to be really looking at the colors. Then because if you have a point in between and like it's going in, then like the actual technical curvature is half as much. You won't be able to see it as much. I don't know if that makes sense. It'll make more sense in the software when I bring that up.
Okay.
The point goes in. Like when you have more when you have more points, it's harder to see the curvature because the stress is split between multiple points. You have to be really, really vigilant. Smoothing tool is your best friend, but you can't use it on everything at once. A lot of people, when they're making a shape, they'll hit the whole shape with the smooth tool at the end, and that's gonna do the same thing as acting like you don't have any. Or what is this? So this is the anchor. This is good. It's gonna be the same thing as this, where it's gonna just look very round, like you have very few splines. Clip tensioning, that's a huge thing. Again, this is just something I recognize in the video. You don't want your buttons to be together on the same mechanism. You want each click to have separate mechanisms for click tensioning. Like the UX and the Starlights had like a unified amalgamation for the click tensioning mechanisms, and it looks like the SLX has separated, or at least 2 screws now, which is good. Again, like I'm just looking at what I saw in the video. I wasn't involved in the mechanical stuff. Something you can tell right away, and this is, I mean, we'll talk about this with the build quality of the WLMouse. Obviously, this is good. With the Beast XG, the gap here is huge, and that leads to a lot of post and pre-travel. You want it ideally less than 0.4 millimeters.
Whoa.
That's like if you're making a mouse shape, you want it to be the cutouts at least. You want it to be 0.4 millimeters for that travel distance. You don't want it, like, it looks like the Beast G has like 2.5 ish. Like by my guesstimation, and that's really too much, because that's going to lead to a lot of click tensioning. Oh, huge thing when you take a mouse apart. Hold on, let me get.
We're gonna take apart a mouse. Heck yeah. The vibe I'm getting is he's just so excited to share all of this. Like, he's probably can't really talk about it, right?
Because it's not a topic you can relate to
contractor
with like your average friend.
All right. So this is the GPX shell, right? This is the Super Strike. I took it apart last night. I do not recommend you do that. It does not go back together well. There's lots of adhesive on the PCBs, and you can't really get it out without like breaking the mouse. But I'm gonna make a mod kit out of it, so whatever. If you notice, there's no like underwire on this section, and for a good mouse, you want lots of supports. You want lots of supports here. In the thumbnail of the video, you'll notice that the SLX has like a crazy amount of support there, like under the actual triggers. And what happens if you don't have that there? It's like I could break this if I wanted to just by pushing down because there's no support under it. I could probably break the GPX in general if I squeeze it hard enough. If you like I'm not doing it. It's a $100 or $180 mouse. This is the GPX 2, but like. When I'm making like not like for Nitrite, like I would squeeze the mouse as hard as possible. If there was any flex at all, I'd have to reinforce it. And my design philosophy is actually to take away as many parts as possible and reinforce what's left, and that's actually ends up making it as light as possible, and usually ends up making it stronger than a heavier mouse. The more parts you have in a mouse assembly, the more things can rub against each other. And you don't want that because that creates bad tolerances, that creates creaking, that creates panel gaps. You want as few parts as possible, which is why I would assume in the SLX they fuse the hump to the back shell. If you look at like the Starlights, there's there's separate pieces, and then you could get panel gaps then, and like creaking. Like I can feel that. I mean, it's still much better than the GPX, but like you can feel a little bit on the Starlights were so stiff that there wasn't really issues between the hump and the size. But then we go to like batch 1 ULX where it wasn't as stiff. That became a little bit.
Yeah.
I like to keep a batch 1 ULX in my desk to keep me grounded. But then on the Starlights, like we mostly had rim creaking issues. Not we, as in I'm associated. Like I'm part of Finalmouse. Like the customers mostly experience like. Creaking here, which is good, I mean it's bad, but it's good now that the Starlight X has 15 screws total. The Starlight 12s and the ULXs, these puppies were held together by 2 screws, like 7 parts each. The SLX, from what they said in the video, it's 5 screws.
Titanium, whatever.
Sorry, 15 screws, 5 pieces, because the hump has been fused to the sides. So that's 3 screws per piece, like as a general rule. And like if we go back to the 3 screws per piece versus 3 pieces per screw, Like the ratio has been completely flipped. So I think that should help
Yeah.
a lot because that bottom rim on the SLX is just be bolted down now. From my understanding as an enthusiast,
Okay.
maybe it won't be, but in the renders they've shown, it's gonna look like it's be bolted down. It's gonna be super hard for that bottom rim to move, in my opinion. It almost might be hard to like take it apart. But I think like the Super Strike, it's sort of like it's in both the Super Strike and the SLX. I'm assuming are products you don't really want to be taking apart. Like they're not really meant for mod kits. In my opinion, I would assume. I don't know for sure. I don't know if that's if Finalmouse intends for them to be taken apart. But like when you have that many screws, it becomes challenging. Yes. As a modder, I would just advise against like not taking it apart. But it's gonna be solid for every customer because it's gonna be so bolted down. In my opinion, that's my opinion. That it's gonna be solid and bolted down. Because like 15 screws is a lot. 15 titanium. What was it like? Graphene coated, graphite, not graphene coated screws. Because graphite is less less complex than graphene. Graphene is like a tube.
Do you have
the molecules form a cube? I have a big background in material science as well.
Oh, nice. Do you have any? So on that note, then, do you have any input on the like mechanical design, whether it's like construction or material selection?
I'm super happy that they went with a less dense material. I don't want to act like I had any part in it because I want to get in trouble. I don't even want to say what my favorite material is. That they use my favorite material, like what I've always thought is the best material for what should be used in a mouse. I think I'm assuming that because it's so light, the base plastic for the SLX is different than the ULX, because the ULX had is it public what the ULX material is other than carbon fiber composite?
I don't know, but I think they.
Chat if people know like the actual like plastic and carbon fiber content. If that's public
I don't think the formulation is something that.
Okay.
Is public,
well it has 70% more carbon in the. I'm assuming it's the density because the density in the SLX was much higher than the density in the SLX material. They said on the first announcement video was 1.19 grams per cubic centimeter. And then using that information in like they explicitly say the mechanical strength, and I was able to actually like track down the data sheet and find out like the exact formulation. So I knew that like a couple years ago, like right when the SLX or the UX came out. But the new material has more carbon fiber, so like the carbon fiber is gonna be stronger. They said it has 70% more carbon fiber. I'm assuming the base plastic is weaker, but that's what you want because you want a weaker, less dense conduit, and then you let the carbon fiber do all the work. Because the biggest issue with making a lightweight mouse is like you can theoretically have a material that's 40 times stronger, but you can't ever make that wall like practically 40 times thinner, just because the material is that thin. Like the biggest roadblock, and this is like what I've got from talking to G-Wolves Jim, like Jim from G-Wolves, is that like you really can't go thinner than 0.6 millimeter nominal wall thickness. Like that's really as thin as you can go with the molding technology we have right now. So it's best to get like the lightest plastic you can possibly get, and then really advanced structural engineering. And that's why like I don't think like the sound coning style carbon fiber is like endgame for lightest possible mouse, because you can't do anything other than a flat that. Like you can't lattice it either. If you cut holes in the actual carbon fiber, it ruins the strength, because the strength comes from the pattern. If you drill a hole in that, it's going to ruin it. So, like to recap, so I feel like I've made this a little bit of a tangent. You want as light as material as possible, high carbon, like as light as a base plastic as possible. You want to fill it with as much carbon fiber as you can without getting the radio frequency issues. Because like if you look at the X2F, they were having radio frequency issues, and I think they were using like 30% carbon fiber infill. That's like a little bit too much. And that's why it went from like carbon fiber nylon to just nylon for the X2F, I would assume.
Okay.
Because you can't do too much carbon fiber, but you want as much as possible.
Yeah, really good insights. Daz, you got any questions?
No, does chat have any questions?
The way that the carbon fiber is integrated with plastic there is something that the average person probably didn't know, so that was very fascinating. But,
yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking. Go ahead.
you can even go down to optimizing fiber orientation, because the way the fibers are oriented.
Yeah.
With the they should follow the stress path. Maybe in the UX that can be improved a little bit, because I do think that triangles are better for, because they pattern the flat lines, right? So you get more continuous carbon fibers, which is with hexagons you have to go to a bunch of, like, there's no flat lines in this, right? So technically with triangles you could have more continuous strands, which is they go out a bunch of angles, and it'd be a little bit stronger with triangles. But I mean, hexagons are just so like ingrained into the Finalmouse
brand image.
Like brand, that I think you can't really move away from them, and it wouldn't be that big of a strength difference. But that like, if I were to go, like, if I had full creative control over the SLX, I would have done triangles instead. You can see in the video that they have like even though there's no hexagons on the surface, they still have like a hexagon underwiring on the clicks. I noticed that in the video, and that was pretty cool. Kind of almost like a G-Wolf's mouse. So if you look at the inside of a HTX, you can like kind of, it's probably not gonna show up on camera, but you can see like the golf ball texture underneath, and in the video for the SLX announcement, you can see that underneath the clicks as well. It's really important to have as stiff as click as possible, because that part of the mouse isn't reinforced by anything else. Like it's just kind of hanging there, which is why like a magnesium mouse click is gonna be so good, because that material is so stiff that it's not gonna bend it on its own. Like it doesn't need to be and reinforced by anything.
Yeah, the Daryu A950 wing had that problem. The clicks were just too thin.
Some of the clicks at the bottom.
If the plastic is too thin, it's gonna have post travel before you even, or extra pre-travel before you even actuate.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna feel mushy, etc. Hold on, wrong mice. So in engineering, we have a concept called safety factor, which is how much more force a part can take than what's exerted onto it. And magnesium has a higher safety factor for the use case of a gaming mouse than carbon fiber does. You can get to a lower weight because you don't need to be that strong, but magnesium has a higher safety factor, so the buttons are going to bend less and they'll be more crisp than it would with the SLX composite, or not SLX, ULX composite. They said in the video that the SLX composite has 3 times the strength to weight of magnesium, so if they do the structure right, it should be stiffer, theoretically. But again, like, you want stiff clicks, very loose click tensioning mechanisms. And again, like on the Starlight, the click tensioning mechanism was kind of stiff because it's magnesium, right? Ideally, you'd have like with plastic, you can just change the structure easier. So that it's more bendy, and like you won't reinforce it with a lattice than like you do on the actual click surface. You could just do a flat surface, and then it's not as strong. If you do triangle cutouts in your click tensioning mechanism, I don't know if any mouse does that, but that will evenly distribute the force, because triangles have 3 equilateral. Like it has to be equilateral triangles to evenly distribute the force. That's like the best you could do for click tensioning mechanism. My favorite mouse clicks of all time are on the Gill mouse. Gill mouse diamonds. Maybe you want to pull a picture of that up. But because that whole thing is made of triangles, it doesn't have separated clicks, but the force is distributed evenly in such a way that the clicks are just amazing. And also you have that rotated micro switches, like in the, do I have it? Yeah. All right. So for the GPX, the micro switches are at like an angle, like they sit in an angle like this in the shell, and that helps reduce pre-travel. Like, you don't have forces being transferred to the y-axis instead of the x-axis, because the click is at the same angle as the trigger. So then you don't have any force going to the other axis, and that helps it. Like, it almost creates like a direct stride click.
Yeah.
Like the force is directly driven into the micro switch instead of the other axis, and we rotate it to be the same angle as the micro switch.
You're just talking about the switch PCB being at that like 20-degree angle or whatever.
Yeah, 2025. Yep. Gatoron had the GT01 switches that were, maybe those will come up. The Gatoron GT01 switches were, they had it so that the micro switch was rotated on the PC. GT01, sorry. Gatoron GT01. Let me.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. No, we talked about
So
this. on
that was a
Mousecast.
great idea because you don't have to have the PCB a separate piece from the actual because with like the GPX here, where's that second PCB? I have a lot of stuff on my desk. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Maybe I did drop it. But with the GPX, because it has the rotated micro switches, you have to have two pieces. And again, like what I was talking about before, you wanna reduce the you want as few part-on-part contact points as possible. So you can have it at just one PC. If you can have it as just one PCB instead, and have those micro switches rotated, that's gonna be better for build quality, obviously. So I would love to see more switches come to market like the GTO ones that make it not necessary to need to do a second PCB for the to have the micro switches rotated. So I'm getting tired here. I'm losing my touch. I'm running out of steam from talking so much.
No, you're doing great. Do you want us to hit you with another question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's something?
I think I didn't answer that one to the best of my ability, but
yeah, no, that was good. And I'm glad you brought these up. I totally forgot the name of them. What's something that the community gets completely wrong about mice?
Bigger shape means bigger hands. That's not necessarily true at all.
Oh.
And I think that SLX is a perfect example of that. Like you don't. It's almost like it's a bigger shape made for smaller hands because we have the raised front, right? The front is higher on the SLX. And you can see that in the ELO shapes view. The front is higher on the SLX than it is on the UX large, and that's actually I don't know if the design philosophy on it. If I did, I probably wouldn't be able to speak on it. But what I will say is that helps for smaller hands. You don't have to reach as far forward because it's higher up. Like the market is trending towards
low button height,
lower front, so it's closer to the pad. But for a bigger shape if you want to work well with smaller hands, it's certainly nice to have a higher front if you want to work well with smaller hands.
I hadn't thought about that. That's good. Is there a mouse that you would, or I guess I don't want to ask about brands actually.
That's okay.
Are there any underrated mouse shapes that you wish got more publicity?
I mean, we were talking about this on stream like a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not a week ago, like last week. We were talking about everyone tries the Pathfinder and they put it away in the box. I think that's one of the most underrated mice because you can. I mean, I guess if you know what you're doing with the shape, you can do so much with it. I used this mouse for like I want to say 6 months because I was having a lot. Like I probably spent a week tweaking it to get it how I wanted it, and I used it for quite a while. The clicks on it, the armor on opticals are implemented really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of sad that I heard there's a shortage of armor on opticals now. Like there was a shortage of Japan optic. Like when I got into the mouse game, it sounds like a rap game. Like it sounds really cringy actually. But when I started making mice, there was a shortage in Japan Japan armorons, and it's almost like that same thing is happening with armor on opticals now.
Yeah, we heard that from people talking. Yeah.
Well, I think that was on the Toon stream actually, because I watched the entirety of that.
Mm-hmm.
I normally don't have time to watch all of your podcasts every week, but I watched all the Toons one.
Mm-hmm.
I even listen back to that, and I don't usually do that, but yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. As far as I guess overall industry trends, what trend in the industry do you think is sort of overrated? Yeah.
Yeah, you asked on the Toons as well.
Yeah.
What was Toons' answer? I thought that was a really good one. The carbon fiber texture is what he said. I really want to get a microscope because you'll be able to see the fibers under a microscope and see if there's actually fibers there, see if they're lying about just it being a carbon fiber texture. But you need like $1,000 microscope to be able to adequately do this. And I want to do like a Nitrite Labs material certification. The carbon fiber that I can vouch for right now, for sure, like the only ones I can guarantee, as someone who works with carbon fiber all the time, would be Pawnage. Pawnage for sure has carbon fiber, like in the Trady and Stormbreaker Max. The Zarkoning, obviously, like, we've seen that they wouldn't be able to fake that. The Corsair Saber, that they have like a carbon fiber saber. I don't know I think it has some stuff after that where it's like a special type of the saber. That's real carbon fiber, and that's real woven carbon fiber. The Harp Ace Extreme, that's real woven carbon fiber, but there's some nylon in that. Obviously, the ULX, you can see that you can like see the fibers in the. I wish that if you did a carbon fiber mouse, like they would all just do the raw texture because you can just see it right then. And it's real then. Like you know this is real. You can. I mean, it's not gonna come on the camera, but you know it's real carbon fiber by looking at it in person, if you know like what to look for. A lot of these brands doing the carbon fiber texture are trying to accentuate it. Another thing that I think is super overrated is high polling rate, and maybe I'll get crucified for that.
No,
I only use 1 gigahertz because I just don't want to charge my mouse all the time. Maybe that's like the warmest take ever then, because I think the community has like came to a consensus about this, but also it feels weird if your mouse can't do 8 kilohertz. Like you're expecting like some sort of worse implementation, right? Like subconsciously you're thinking like, oh, it can't do 8 kilohertz. Maybe the firmware isn't that good. But I think like with they talked about with the SLX. Oh my god, my hair is all messed up. With the SLX, it has super good latency on a lower polling rate, and I think that's very helpful.
Yeah,
one of the
I forgot they had that whole. I forget what they call it, but
perfect
it was like
polling and perfect sync. Those are what I'm most excited for about the SLX. I think those are gonna be the real, like aside from the actual, the actual. I'm more excited about the software and firmware end of things than I am about the magnetic triggers, the TMR. Just because, like, I think that that's gonna do wonders for battery life. Because with perfect polling or perfect sync, sorry, if the MCU is synced to only have to run once per frame, like to really have to only run intensively once per frame, like think of what that does to the battery. That your MCU only has to run 240 times a second instead of 8,000. That's gonna be amazing for battery life. And I think that's why with the frames, like obviously Finalmouse has different technology, and there was like that stuff with Ninjutsu, like copying frame sync or whatever. And I think that Finalmouse's implementation is different because I think again like enthusiast speculation, not like I have any inside knowledge. I'm not in any way associated with the software part, but I think that Finalmouse's implementation, where everything is chained together, is different from Razer's frame sync, where it's just the MCU is chained to the monitor refresh rate or game refresh rates, and that's why I would assume that's why the Viper V4 has such good battery life, because if that MCU only has to like the processor only has to run once per frame, that's obviously going to cut down on MC usage. And it almost I mean the Viper V4, Razer has stated that half the power draw comes from the micro switches, because there's a 5 milliwatt laser in the micro switch, there's a 5 milliwatt laser in the encoder. For the Scorpion, there's a 5 milliwatt laser in the other micro switch, and that accounts for half the battery life. But like the TMR is super power efficient, so we don't have that. And even with that heavy usage, like really the only other power draw on the Viper V4 is the sensor thing, because the Viper V4 doesn't use a Nordic MCU, it's something else. I forget what it is, but it's something more advanced. But like even on a Viper or even on a Nordic 54 series, you're only dealing with 22 nanometer transistors, which is really efficient. Like it's not as efficient as like a mobile laptop chip, obviously, because we're down to like 4 nanometers, 7 nanometers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's very efficient compared to the NRF 52 series, which was used for years and years and years for wireless mice. Yeah, so essentially, like if we look at the SLX, if the TMR is basically nothing in terms of battery life, the MCU is basically nothing in terms of battery life. It really, like, if we can implement this on other mice, like in the industry, it's going to come down to just optimizing the battery life of how much power the sensor draws. Like I wonder if you can undervolt the sensor almost to make it, because like for NVIDIA GPUs, the last 40% of the power draw just comes from getting a 10% performance gain. So if you go down 10% on power draw, you can still have 90% performance. Sorry, if you go down 40% on power draw, you can still have 90% performance. I wonder if you can do something similar with a sensor. That'd be really cool to see implemented as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
Des, you got any other questions?
Yeah, I guess as far as like mouse reviews go, is there something that reviewers focus on more than you think they should, and something that they don't pay enough attention to when reviewing a mouse? Selfishly.
I just feel like it's all like vibes. Like I feel like when they like I like to see like more objective data, but I'm more engineering focused. Like when I watch mouse reviews, like I feel like I don't know. I feel like almost they skip over the most important features most of the time, in my opinion. Like I didn't really see any good Super Strike reviews, that explain like how it really felt in hand versus how it felt in hand like to actually get it. And I'm hoping the SLX is better treatment than that, because I just really didn't feel like anyone described it well. I've said a lot tonight. Now I'm gonna be even more self-conscious of it. I apologize.
Dude, you are doing great. Do not worry about it. You should check out Pizogle on Tech Power Up. He does pretty nice sensor and polling testing.
I watch all their, or not, I read all their written reviews when a new mouse comes out, because they have really good latency graphs. And that's the number one thing I like to watch when a new mouse comes out, is to see where it ranks in latency. Because Tech Power Up is really good with the XLATs. They use the XLAT to measure click latency, motion latency, etc.
What else you got, Dez?
That was the
How many people are watching right now?
We have 37 people. Pretty good.
Oh my god, it keeps going up.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's all the questions. Good, nice. We're about an hour in. Excellent. I think that's all the questions.
Probably didn't get to as many as we wanted. Like we said was going to happen, but that's okay.
I think you covered. Honestly, I'm impressed. You covered more than I thought, so that's good.
Well, I think I really only did 10% of like what I could tell the public. Like 10% of my publicly available knowledge.
Was there something that we didn't talk about that you did want to touch on?
I'm gonna think about it when we get off stream, and like I'll remember, like, oh, I wish I would have talked about that. Like, kind of look at an argument, like, oh, I wish I would have said that. I'll text you right after stream, and I'll be like, yeah, I should have said this, but I can't think of anything right now.
If you comment on the video, I'll pin it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that.
Okay. Well, then I guess we always ask this last one. Do you have any questions for us?
I'm really bad at that. Like I have a psychologist, and she says that like I need to work more at like when someone asks you questions, you need to ask them back. And I'm so bad at asking people questions back. And it's not that I don't care about like other people. It's just that like I don't care about what other people. That sounds so bad. Like I don't care about what other people think. But I want like when I'm done talking. I'm thinking about what I should keep saying. I'm not thinking about like what I need to ask other people.
You're fine. The answer can be no.
I know you guys very well because I've watched so many reviews. Like I know what games you play and etc. My psychologist says I need to flip questions. So, what do you guys think is the most underrated mouse feature in the market right now? I'll end with that so I don't cop out.
Underrated.
I'll say like as far as you're like asking people questions back, I always am so focused on not sounding like an absolute moron, and I'm so focused on my answer that I also forget to ask people questions back, and then
same thing
I feel bad after the fact. For that same reason.
I also hate when it looks like I focus on myself too much, but I can't think of like I looks like I have a writer's block to questions to ask other people.
Yep.
So I'm thinking so much on how to answer them for myself. But I guess I said, I meant most overrated feature. I guess underrated feature works too. Let's flip it. Let's see what most underrated feature on the market right now that you don't think is getting enough attention.
I feel like we should all just be doing SPDT clicks. Like I feel like that's the path to the lowest latency we have. Maybe TMR will crush that. I don't know. So
I'm not familiar on the technology at all. I really hope that SPD because it's faster, right? I know that's how EGG gets the negative latency is using SPD, right? SPDT.
Yeah,
it's basically you want to explain it, Flagies? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so single pole double throw is what it means. So you have a micro switch is a micro switch is sort of like this, where you have a normal condition where the switch is, let's say, in this upright position. Then when you click, it goes down, right? So the way a normal mouse switch works is when you click, this arm that's on the spring flies down and hits this bottom contact, and that registers a click. However, there's time, I think usually around 1 to 2 milliseconds, of travel that it takes for that to go from here to here. So SPDT, single pole double throw, means instead of just detecting when it makes contact here, it's also checking when contact is severed up here.
Oh yeah, I've seen that because they have that little contact on the back, right?
Yeah. So the challenge with this, talking to who did we talk to about whatever the switch design for this, the challenge. You can use pretty much any mechanical switch in SPDT mode, but every single time there's an electrical connection, you have a little bit of arcing, which is a little bit of material erosion, and typically only this bottom contact is reinforced. So SPDT Juanos, like in G-Wolf's mice, both the top and bottom contacts are thicker.
So it would wear down, because I've heard that even the old Omron Japanese Omrons can do SPDT, but I guess it's just not reinforced then.
Yeah, again,
so
they can all do it, but I don't know what the switch life will be.
That's similar to the TMR and induction clicks, except it moves up the chain then, so it starts detecting when the actual physical trigger starts moving down instead of because there's still that 0.4 millimeter gap usually that the trigger sits above the micro switch that you have to like apply pressure before it even like touches the micro switch. So what TMR does is it goes even higher up, so it starts measuring when the trigger starts moving entirely. That 0.4 millimeter to like even like a 2.5 millimeter gap on the Beast G probably. And the Beast G would really like a mouse that has poor build quality. I want to bash poor tone.
We'll talk about that in the news.
Yeah, I'll let you say it instead. So don't like when you have like a big gap in front, TMR will help it a lot because it will still know when it starts moving down instantly. So I guess that would be similar to SPD. I really liked your explanation. It helped a lot.
Have you gotten to try any SLX prototypes or anything?
I got to feel the shapes. I live in Wisconsin, and Finalmouse is based out of California. All my work was done remote.
Okay. Well, hey, I think we should wrap up with the interview. Are you going to stick around for the news?
Absolutely. I'll try to talk less. I'm a loud voice. I tend to talk too much.
You're doing great, dude.
I'll let you guys take over from here, like mostly.
Okay. Well, where can people contact you if they want to follow you or know more about you?
I'm most active on Twitter and Discord. My Twitter is at Brocklidicoat, at BROCKLIDDICOAT. If you have any mouse technology ideas, like something along the lines of rotating the microswitch PCB for better clicks, or like sidewall placement, structural ideas, like DM them to me, because I'll listen to all of them. I have this list of 24 pages of mouse technology I want implemented when I eventually make my first injection molded mouse. I'll listen to any ideas anyone has. Like if you have any that you think that could be used in the market, like please DM me. I love to hear what other people think. I love the transfer of ideas, and I have like a really big desire to make sure the customer has the most satisfied experience as possible. I want them to feel like their money was well spent. I eventually one day want to make a mouse that's like just not even like preference, like just the best mouse possible for the customer. That's my goal one day. So if you have any ideas on how to accomplish that, like things that you think could need to be implemented to objectively be a better mouse than like something on the market, like please DM that to me at BROCKLIDDICOAT at Brocklidicoat at twitter.com or x/ it's not even twitter.com anymore, it's x.com/
we call it Twitter.
We call it
just follow me. I mean, can you put my Twitter on screen?
Yeah, it is on screen. Yeah.
Okay, the little the tiny thing is delayed. Like I get an update, a frame update every like 10 minutes.
Oh damn, I'm sorry. Yeah, just a few good follows for you on Twitter. Endgame Gear Max. I forget his exact Twitter handle.
He has his email on the PCBs, I think.
Oh, does he, dude?
Yeah. He says talking like the PCB is like engraved like modding ? Email me at Max at.
That's brilliant. Yeah, Max is a good follow. Tunes, obviously. PMM. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in the space, and
are we going to talk about the padlock? I hope we do. That was.
About the what?
The padlock is the keep your mouse pad in place. Like,
is that on the news lineup?
You know what? Why don't I jump into the news, and Dads, could you add it?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I keep doing this thing where I just talk too much.
No, you're fine. It's a talk show. Okay, so
maybe I should mute so I only talk when needed. for this
You're
section.
doing fine.
So
But...
like the extra work of me having to unmute will incentivize me to talk less.
Okay. Well, the first bit of news that we have is WLMouse Beast G is officially released.
Oh, no.
So, if you guys don't know, the Beast
Yeah, you guys
G,
talk on this first, so I don't have to put any opinions out there.
I'll do the intro to the topics, and then you can give an opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Beast G, it's an update to the Beast X, but instead of magnesium, now we're going to their new exotic floats in water polymer that we have more info on. It's coming in at a price of $79 USD. Looks like down from $89. They have medium, mini, and max sizes, and they have just 3 basic colors right now. I actually ordered one from AliExpress, a max size in silver. Daz has a black in what size coming?
Undisclosed color, medium, probably black.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Undisclosed by them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I showed the Billy disassembly earlier, and it's like, sure, it's a mouse. Yep.
It's a mouse.
And...
It has that carbon fiber reinforcement, right? Like a CNC carbon fiber place.
Yeah, hang on. I should show that.
Which I talked about this before, but when you cut holes in carbon fiber, it destroys this woven carbon fiber. It destroys the strength. So I don't know why they did that. Like it wouldn't be as strong if they just used metal there. Like magnesium probably would have been about the same weight.
And
much
the thing is, another thing is, if they're using a woven grid pattern like this, for these angled diagonals would actually be like really weak, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I mean, let me turn the stream now.
Maybe this isn't even. Oh yeah. Maybe this isn't even. Dude, maybe this isn't even carbon fiber. Maybe it's just like a. I don't know.
I'm pretty confident that's still carbon fiber.
Okay.
From what I saw, because I have a really good eye. When I started off with Nitrite Labs, it was making carbon fiber mice, but I could never get good consistency coming out of the mold. There could always be patches of epoxy missing. But I've worked firsthand with woven carbon fiber a lot from my experience initially trying to make mice. So I can tell really well.
Okay, so the Beast.
Not that I'm not trying to be like arrogant or anything, but I have a pretty good eye for it.
So the Beast G, this is actually a pretty exciting release, given that like it's coming in at basically half the price of other WLMouse products. However, there have been some quality issues. So the first thing comes from should I bring up? I'll bring up Rise's tweet. So Rise Gaming, who might still be in chat, let me go to Rise Up Gaming. He has an issue with his clicks feeling just like utter crap. And he's like, the rest of the mouse feels solid. Like he's squeezing it here and it feels good. But yes, the clicks feel like crap. You can see like how much this huge gap that they have here too. And on top of that,
really bendy as well, which we already discussed earlier.
Like Dare You A950 Wing, womp womp.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there was this Chinese reviewer who said, let's see, official explanation, metal, plastic. Wait, what was? Oh, yeah, and this is an
bio-based nylon.
It's a bio-based nylon. So this is what like Asus has been doing for a while now, and it's why I was able to dye one of their mice with fabric dye. And the bio nylon is blended with hollow glass microspheres, I guess, to save weight. And
then glass beads, not even glass fibers, which are a lot weaker and they're very heavy because glass is a lot more dense than carbon fibers. You can get beaded MJF, which is like an alternative to SLS. But yeah, glass is like for if you're making composite, glass beads are like the worst, like the bottom of the barrel, to be honest. Like you could easily do like carbon dust would be much stronger, which I think is what a lot of these mice are using is carbon dust. But that's probably why it's so cheap, because glass beads are a lot cheaper than carbon dust. But mechanically, like if you look at the technical data sheet for glass beads, it's going to be very, very weak. And you also don't have any fibers then. A lot of the strength comes from a fiber just like flowing in the mold.
Yeah.
If it's just a bead, it doesn't really do much. It adds stiffness, but that's about it, because glass beads will be very stiff. It also makes it very brittle. Like if you dropped it hard enough, it may break.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
again, like it's like glass. If you drop glass hard enough, like the material takes the properties of what you're filling it with.
Yep.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And another update.
This right here on screen it's a tolerance issue. It's just that that gap is way too big. It looks like the clicks are over tightened, so they're like pushed up too much. I wonder if you unwired the screws in the back, if that would help a little bit. Like it looks like the screws are over tightened.
So one of the things he's doing here is he's actually bending down the click, and it's not actuating the click.
Oh,
just because the buttons are so bendy, just like the A950 wing.
Yeah, it's really important to have those clicks aligned so that the whole thing goes in at the same time.
Yeah. And another update from Rise Up is it has sensor tracking issues. So when you lift the mouse and you set it back down, there's upwards of a 1 second-ish delay, he said, when the sensor starts reacting again.
What sensor is it? Is it a... It's not a 55, is it?
I'm not sure they say that yet.
Ooh, that's one of my favorite designs.
I thought it was 3950 again, like they were using specification. 3950.
Oh, okay.
Nordic 54L, KLV2 optical switches, 300 milliamp hour.
I had heard that the 55 was supposed to be was specifically made to patch the downshift and the stability issues that happened with the PAW 3950. So I think that if they had upgraded the sensor, they would have avoided this issue. I mean, for consumers, I really think we should stray away from buying the 3950 mice anymore because it's not a stable platform. It's like the Intel 13th gen and 14th gen are like just weren't stable platforms. I would assume it's something similar here.
So something that really sucks is Jake retweeted this. WLMouse gave an official statement apologizing to customers for the quality issues, and I should actually read. I don't think this is the entire thing. Hang on, let me check.
But they were 3D printing that, which is interesting because the MGF nylon is 3D printed. Like the MGF nylon bead is a really common 3D printed material. So I wonder if the whole mouse is 3D printed. That doesn't seem right. The fine is just too good.
I'm going to try to skim through this, but it's kind of long, but I think it has good information. Besides the appearance issues, there are also obvious shortcomings in product performance. The 54L MCU only completed small-scale internal testing and not real-world user scenarios, indicating an incomplete testing system. After the initial launch of over 4,000 units across all channels, various compatibility problems have surfaced, significantly impacting user experience. When the problem arose, we immediately initiated an emergency review, find a root cause, develop rectification plans, and we're taking full accountability. Okay, let's see what that means. Rectification is as follows. 1. Comprehensive upgrade of appearance quality control system. You have a new quality inspection team. All subsequent products. Okay, so the one I bought and maybe the one you're getting, Daz, is bad, but they're going to have a new QC system. 2, optimization of controller and firmware logic. Firmware team is investigated and addressed. Firmware version 2.14 is now officially available, so you can update it. Oh, is it that simple? Oh, but Rise was saying it's not yet on the website. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Brock.
Before we continue, can we run this to the GPT-0 real quick? I want to see if there's AI in this.
Yeah, sure, dude.
I'm getting a vibe here. It's quite a lengthy Word document.
What is it? GPT-0?
Yeah.
Scan. They said this was translated. Human. 94%
is it
human.
legit?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them. Good. I'm proud of them. That's
Now, hang on though. Was this somebody? Translation should be fully readable and understandable. Did somebody translate it?
And therefore, that's probably yeah.
This is a really long document to put out. I'm surprised they put out something it's like a notepad apology from a celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a good apology, and I appreciate the transparency, but also like, then why did you ship 4,000 units?
I feel like you solved this just by sending your mice out early to like very willing reviewers and enthusiasts who would test it for you.
Well, that's kind of how I just like when they I just like the whole plus or minus 2 grams thing, because if you have like a 40-gram mouse, and if your mouse can swing 4 grams in weight, like if you don't know the weight of your mouse within 10%, like that screams issues in my opinion. Yeah,
it's insane. You have all this information in your CAD software just based on density. It's very simple, but you know what it is? It's the skates. They're weighing things without skates, and then they're adding the weight of the skates in the tolerance so they can advertise a lower number.
Yeah.
There is, regarding testing, they're now having a pre-launch testing mechanism at least 2 weeks before an official launch of all new products. A pre-launch testing team of 100 experienced fans will be publicly recruited.
What?
That's pretty short.
2 months or
more. Like Vaxi and Zowie are probably like 2 years.
Okay.
This feels kind of half-assed. I don't know.
And do we actually know they're gonna do this? Like, are they just saying it, or are they actually gonna do it? Like, did they just ask ChatGPT for how they should fix it and say that that's how they do that? We'll have to wait to see if they actually follow through with it. What sucks is they're acknowledging the issue, but they're not actually like giving anyone money back, right? Like, they're not letting anyone return the products.
Is there anything about?
So I heard someone say it was really suspicious that they didn't have the normal 7-day return window that they usually have.
Oh,
it's almost like they saw something coming.
Scroll down further, Phalanges. I think toward the bottom they said, if you have any we will respect every new product launch, pay attention to every detail, share your experience. I thought I saw something where they would handle all the issues.
Can you do Control F returns?
I did try returns.
Jacob right there was saying, I really hope they replace the units.
Free replacement. We're sorry. I could have sworn they said something about what was the return window? Does anyone?
Someone said waiting for you to show on this release like you would for Finalmouse. Batch 1 releases are always scary, but I'm more confident in the SLX than any like first release I have, because there's just empirical evidence that they're doing things that to hopefully make the build quality better, because there's less parts and more screws, and that's just a really good recipe for success. It's like they didn't change like there's the same amount of screws and parts between the SLX and Starlight. So like the ULX and Starlight, sorry, not SLX and Starlight. So like if they said that the build quality has been improved, okay, how did you improve it? Like they didn't really talk about that. But like for the ULX to the SLX, like there's actually differences. So that's why I'm confident in it. And like as an enthusiast, as an independent contractor, not part of Finalmouse. I'm confident the build, like that's not a guarantee, but I'm more confident because it's just they're doing things.
So the BSG here, this guy says the BSG suspiciously did not have the standard 7-day no reason return policy. So allegedly, perhaps this guy's postulating, they knew this would happen and decided to sell the faulty units anyway.
If you go back to the first page and look at meanwhile, second to last paragraph, that's the only wording they had about it in the translation. Meanwhile, all users. Yeah.
All users encountering the product quality or usage issues can contact
for feedback. We will handle every after-sales issue properly, whatever that
That's
is.
good.
No, dude, I ain't getting my AliExpress seller. There's no way I'm gonna. Well, I mean,
no, it's going to be like an official channel. Yeah, if you bought the AliExpress, you're toast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
is the AliExpress official WLMouse branded?
They do have an official store, but it was like $46 shipping on a $80.
There's no way Phalanges wants to go.
Yeah, but does it have the WLMouse brand on it? Like, does it say WLMouse on the
yeah,
actual mouse?
It is a WLMouse official store. Yeah.
But like on the mouse, like when you get the mouse in your hand, is it going to say WLMouse? Is my question when you order off Alibaba for a WLMouse.
No, AliExpress, not Alibaba.
Yes, I mean.
Oh yeah,
because that's the corporate version.
We've gotten a handful of WLMouse that were legit. Yeah.
I haven't got
Alibaba is what I use when I order things in bulk for business.
For sure.
You have to get like
that's directly
Alibaba
from the factory.
AliExpress is for the consumer.
Yeah, it's like Amazon. All right, let's move on though, guys. Let's move on to this next topic, which is ATK is on another level when it comes to cloning, and we have I guess this is an ATK ULX clone. The grooves, the scroll wheel looks very ULX.
I'm gonna set this one out. You guys have fun.
Okay, Daz, are you interested?
I mean, okay. Every aspect of this is copied right down to the scroll wheel texturing and the design and the clicks. It's one thing to take a shape, right, and then like to almost one-to-one to design this much feels really bad. Yeah. And I'm like generally somewhat of an ATK defender to an extent because of the value there. Yeah. But they are just a clone company at the same time. Like there's a lot of hate for them that I'm not fully on that. Like end of the spectrum, but I'm not like a full. Yeah. We can spar.
I want to know what he has to say.
Say what you can.
All right. To me, what hurts most is it would have been harder to design it like this than it would have been to like put their own identity in it. It's harder to put the clip cutouts on the side, like this, or versus on top like this. Like there's so many design choices that they made that are genuinely harder to do than it would be to inject your own identity into it. It's almost like they spent more time trying to make it look like something else than try to make it look like something their own. Like they went through a lot of trouble to make it something else than make it look like someone else's brand identity. As an enthusiast perspective, not like just as an enthusiast, not from Finalmouse or anything. It looks like if someone objectively showed me a picture of that mouse, it looks like they spent time trying to make it look like another mouse. I won't name. I'm not calling out any brands in particular. But it looks like they spent time trying to make it look like another mouse, rather than their own.
They have the ATK Ghost cutouts. How come they didn't follow that design aesthetic and instead we're getting this spider web honeycomb?
I actually like that. I think it's cool. It's not strong because they turned the hexagons, which are very strong, into squares, which are less strong.
Yeah.
So that's not cool, but I think it's a very cool design.
I actually do. I actually do like this more than this. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me put my glasses back on because I kind of while I was crashing out. What I don't like is that kind of tail down the middle.
Yeah.
Not that to the left of it. Like there's like one more wide. Yeah, that right there. I think they could have got rid of that and it would have looked sick. And like obviously if they just put this on their own shape with not even their own shape, like they could still have taken this shape, but if they just like injected some like of their own, like the ATK design out, like the ATK look into it, I would have like loved this mouse. I would have purchased it if they spent more time making it look like an ATK mouse instead of making it look like another brand's mouse.
Yeah. So
it's interesting. Yeah. So someone
see like this. I would go back up. I like that is okay. Like that's okay. Not okay. Like I'm not super happy about that, but that is less egregious to me because like they have their own design ideology in it. Like it's a lot less nuanced. Like the triggers are on top, the trigger cutouts are on top. The side buttons a different design.
Even like the attack shark, like around the like scroll wheel, like there's at least a bit of
it's on like they have their own engravings on that too. Like it wasn't trying to. Like if you squint, you're gonna look at both these mouses as the same. For the last one, this one, if you squint like it, you might think it's different, in my opinion.
So you're more okay with
it's the intentional mimicry of the.
So you're more okay with shape copying than ID copying.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not a huge fan of shape copying. Someone who makes shapes because I know how much work. Like for the SLX, that was 6 months of like every waking moment I spent. Like even when I wasn't like on the clock working at it, I was thinking about it 6 months. Like I had that poster. I took the shape on a walk with me just so I could think and like how can I make this better? How can I make this better? So like to see someone just take that because like it took me 6 months night and day to make that, and someone could probably clone it in 4 hours.
So yeah,
so I'm not necessarily happy when I do it shape clones, but it's worse when they go out of their way to copy design ideology.
Are you prepared
things that are hard
for SLX clones?
I've been emotionally preparing myself. Sure. Oh, I mean, I guess we talked about this. I had that idea that if they're cloning anyways, why don't Nah, I'm not gonna talk about this. Do you know what I'm talking about? I talked about in group chat, and if you think I should talk about it, I will. But I had like this idea on how to approach to clones, but I go back and forth. But I need to talk to some people on the ethics of it.
I honestly didn't. I might have not read it, but it's up to you.
I think
if
it was
you can share it or not.
No, it's okay. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Maybe we'll come back for another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Okay, well, moving on, we have Sensei Pro leak. This was leaked before, but now there's actually somebody with hands-on. So Steelseries Sensei Pro and Pro Mini, looks like there's still stuff being figured out, like dimensions. Weight they have is 54 grams for the full size. That's actually pretty decent if it's a larger mouse. Good size skates. Looks like this Shihan Sim Full is maybe like an internal code name or something. They did scribble out a few things like serial number so they can't be tracked probably. And I think they called this, didn't they call this infinite battery or some bullshit? It's using a like extra hot swap battery, I guess. And there's the dock/charging base for it.
I want to talk about that idea that someone else had when we did the stream before, that essentially you have two mice and one of them is used as a dongle based on which one has battery life. Like, because you need a mirror MCU for each mouse. So I think it'd be super cool that instead of we have these pucks, when you buy a mice, you get two mice, and one acts as the dongle and one acts as the actual mouse, and you switch between them based on which one has battery life instead of the system where you have to play with the puck.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like
the consumer would love that because I get two mice. Like they get two mice, especially if they're two different shapes.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually would be. That is a very cool idea. I just don't know about technical execution.
Because the cost would be almost the same because it's the same bill of materials. Because you still have the MCU. You still need the MCU for the mouse. The only extra cost, and you still need the mold for the dongle. And some of these molds for the dongles are just as expensive as the mouse. But the only extra cost is the sensor. I don't know how much a sensor costs, to be honest. Sensor and battery, I guess. And clicks are very cheap. Like 60 cents each.
Cellar Door Sucks says, I personally have sent them 2 or 3 emails over the last 5 years to wake up and realize Sensei is their best IP and to make modern wireless version. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, anyway, this is exciting. Too bad it's probably going to cost a ton, and I don't know, maybe we're still a year away or 2 years away. Steelseries time.
I have like probably 100 mice at this point. I've never touched a Steelseries mouse. My Steelseries product in my entire life, other than that, like a headset that a friend had.
Yeah, you're not missing out. They used to be up there, and they've fallen off. Anyway, let's move on.
I remember the TikTok was like popping back in 2020. They had that content creator who was like really big, doing TikToks for them.
All right, next bit of news.
No way have any prototype of any of those shapes. Nope.
What?
What? The Sensei.
No. You don't think they're prototyped at all?
No, I don't. I have no way have a prototype in my hand at the moment at all.
Okay. Is that sarcastic?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I'm a little autistic, so I don't.
That's all. I don't know. I don't think I can say anything else. So. Yeah.
Holy. Okay. Can my message load, please? Well, the next bit of news we have is the Aula SC580 EVO. I actually think this is a 3311 mouse, which I'm banned from talking about on Mousecast. But it's kind of cool because it's a GPX but translucent. But it's 3311.
Why are you banned from talking about that?
Because 3311 mice are boring and there are way too many of them. So we need to draw the line somewhere. Anyway, there you guys go. I don't know, sure, translucent. Let's move on to Rapoo has some releases.
Oh, is it Rapoo? Or are you calling Rapoo ironically because it's trapped?
I can't say Rapoo anymore. That word is deleted from my
vernacular.
Yes. So Rapoo has 2 new VT. There's the VT7.
That's so offensive. Oh my god, what is that bottom? Oh my god.
It's an ASIM. Let's look at the top.
Why is it? It looks like the bottom is liquid.
The VT7 is already released, and then there's also the VT7s. The V2s are updated with, I think it's new Nordic 54LM20 and 3955. But the VT7s is actually a different shape. So the VT7 is like a Viper V3 size, but then it's actually ergo, sort of. And the VT7s looks to be like Viper Mini. It has some aggressive hourglass here, and then it flares back out at the front. But then really wide.
Poor naming scheme for the lack of shape adjacency. I think it's very confusing.
I'm getting where is my
like U2 almost
like Maya vibes almost like a wider humped Maya.
But look at how much.
I don't know Maya or Maya
taper it has though. That's more taper than Mayas are kind of flat.
Like Maya's very flat, yeah.
I initially thought
that bottom really scares me, like from a manufacturing perspective. I don't know why there's so much curvature.
Oh yeah, dude, all Rapoo. Oh, you should check them out. Rapoo mice are cheap, so they must be doing something right. But all of their bases are flowy like this. Yeah.
I don't like that. Can we get off the screen now, please? It's bothering me.
It's offensive.
I tried to order one and it got canceled. So I have.
I don't like that.
Coming.
I don't like that design aesthetic too on top. I don't like the.
It's admittedly not. It's not pretty anyway.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, my old design aesthetic for the XT1 I really looks very Chinese. I don't like looking back. I don't know why I did like the iPhone X notch and the clicker, the click cutouts. That was not it. Looking back, I wish if I could go back, I would go back to like a small ARG.
Next bit of news is Rapoo again with the VT9s now. So the VT9, it's like a GPX, like it has very flat size, but then it has this hip flare for your pinky support or maybe thenar support. And now there's the VT9s, which is a smaller version, which I actually think might be a really nice mouse. If this is the size,
what
a minigun? Under 100 yuan, 1000 yuan level configuration. They have a field structure. Yeah, well, it's $53 here on AliExpress. The actual 100 yuan is divide by 7. So we have.
What's the unit?
Is this Nordic 54 LM20, new Nordic? That's pretty cool.
It says L15 there.
There's 2 versions, so
okay.
So the Max V2 gets LM20, and the Pro V2 and Standard V2 get 54 LM.
I've heard the LM20 is a lot more stable, especially even from the H20. I've heard that the LM20 it's the ARB. The one that doesn't have the MPU is the one you want.
H20 is pretty battery hungry in my experience, though it could be implementation because not a lot of mice have had it. But
the H20 you said?
It seemed more battery hungry.
Yeah. I've heard that too. I've heard that because the LM20 is the newest one. The H20 was in testing for years. Like I remember trying to get that in a mouse in 2023 when I was trying to make my custom PCB. Like
wow.
The H20 has been around for a long time, but it's been in testing. I'm assuming they were having issues with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really high performance. Like it's overkill for a mouse, is my understanding. Because again, these go in all sorts of IoT wireless devices.
Well, it was for power efficiency. They said it was so much more power efficient, but it's also so much more powerful that the efficiency, it still draws a lot of power then.
Yeah, this VT9s, actually, I kind of want one, but I don't know, man. I'm not buying as many mice these days. So
I think I'm sour on Rapoo mice. I don't know. They just feel so cheap. The last 2 I had were such crap QC. Yeah.
I don't buy Chinese mouse at all because I don't want to pick up on like the cheapness, to be honest. Like if I go to input means go to output for design, so I really only buy like it's a high end like very highly regarded mice because like garbage input, garbage output. So yeah, I only want to buy good mice. I'm doing it for you guys, so I make better mice.
Rapoo also has the VT7 and VT7s Master Editions, so these are the fun, like, pearlescent colorways and updates that, gosh, do I even care? Should we, any of us care? I forget what the Master updates.
The clicks are different optical than Raisha's. Mine and the VT0 were very light. They felt better, but not good. That's how I would describe it. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to...
Smaller battery. So.
Oh yeah, 300 milliamp
Rapoo is
hour.
obsessed with 800 milliamp hour batteries, which is also a whole other discussion we've had before.
Big numbers go hard. All right, next, moving on to the Darmoshark Moto Speed, Brock's favorite brand, M5 Air V2. So this is their fingertip mouse. There's a V2 that is, I think, did they reduce the weight further? Yeah, 36 grams, and it's Nordic 54 L15, 3950 still. Immersion gold PCB, hell yeah. Brock, can you comment at all about who Moto Speed was to Finalmouse?
I don't know. I guess I've heard it from so many people. I mean, if you look at like the oldest mouse, you can find like co-branded ones. Like for the very oldest, like the Ergos, I think you can find like an Ergo with a Moto Speed logo on it. I'll say that. You could find a FM Ergo with a Moto Speed logo on it.
Okay. Yeah, people know that Moto Speed was the OEM for early Finalmouse.
Why don't you say it? Why make me say it? Because I don't want to get in trouble.
Well, I was curious mainly. I was curious mainly about. I mean, they're like still selling the Darmoshark M3, which is like very much a Finalmouse classic shape.
You know what I'll say? I think whoever works at Moto Speed, there's a very competent shape designer there, and who probably worked on the Ergo, and he probably worked on a number of other projects. The Darmoshark is very good shape work. I'd really be curious to meet the other shape designers that I see. Like when a really high quality shape comes out, I always wonder who makes it, because I don't know who's in the industry other than the people who make 3D printed mice. So I'd really love to meet the other shape designers and other philosophies. I know there's other people out there like who do the same job as me. I just don't think they speak English.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a language barrier.
I
would love to meet other people who make shapes. Like if you work in a corporate environment, like if you're the Motospeed guy watching this, like please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you, but talk shapes.
Hell yeah. And the M5 V2 also has this fun translucent colorway. Now it's 6 grams heavier than the Air, and yep, 54L15 still. Neat. All right. Moving on to the next topic.
I approve. Brock approves that one.
Actually?
Yeah, Brock, I approve. I like fingertip mice.
Nice.
I actually own that mouse. I own that N3 Micro, and I own that Darmoshark M5, the first edition.
Yeah.
So I was doing market research for the XT1.
Yeah. Did you use the X2F?
I don't have the X2F. I don't. That's not a good fingertip mouse.
Yeah,
it's very heavy.
Yeah.
Because they just cut out the Crazy Light X28. Like, because I had a version of the X2T1 like that was basically a Finalmouse cheetah, and they just cut off the sides. But it just doesn't as well. You need that back hump.
Pinky.
It doesn't even become a hump anymore, but you need that back area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's very sharp. And you can really easily grab that sharp edge there when there's no material to connect it.
VGN Y2 V2 Master GT. Just gotta quickly say, yep, there is 3955 version of the Y2 coming out. That's pretty much all there is to say. I guess they have new colors, which is always nice to see.
Coating, I heard too, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's a nice shape. I like mine. I do actually it does get used. The skates sucked. They were like bowed.
Mine was very flimsy, so I sold it.
Oh, rip. Okay. Next bit of news is Thorn V2. I don't really want to talk about Thorn V2, whatever. It's on AliExpress, so they have all their marketing stuff up.
You talked about it last episode with Tunes.
Yeah, we did. It's Nordic 54H20. They have their Star Force Triforge, whatever you want to call it, thing. It's a shape revision. It's not the same shape. It's a little bit more, I get vibes a little bit more GPX Dex-like, because it's elongated and flatter on that right side.
GPX Dex is that signature dip on the right side, though, toward the middle front. That is really uncomfortable for me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Optical encoder, their TAS internal skeleton thingamabob, and they are going to Kale Opticals. Yes. I'm excited. Daz and I think we can say that we're getting ones. So.
Yeah.
I'll be doing a disassembly. Faux shizzle. Next mouse is Kysona Jupiter X Ultra. Guys, this is the really crappy Attack Shark mouse that's like overweight by 8 grams. Kysona's the OEM. They're the same mouse. So don't buy it, guys.
61 plus or minus 15 or something stupid.
Yeah, it's like a 68 gram Viper V3. All because they had to do like thick-walled carbon fiber reinforcement, and it feels like I don't buy it.
Are we sure that's real carbon fiber? Are we sure it's carbon fiber?
Probably not.
We're not. We're very unsure.
I really want to put that under the microscope, because I saw one that's like even the scroll wheel holder had like a carbon fiber texture on it. I was like, why would it look like that?
Oh yeah,
I was so confused.
I wonder if you can taste it. If I bit into one.
What the?
JQ posts, RAWM will be releasing a new version of Leviathan V4, and it will spot a magnetic switch. Oh. You know what's funny? JQ says he only speaks in English when he live streams. He's like, in his day-to-day life, he never uses English. Which is like wild, because he's very fluent.
He types in English. So.
Yeah, okay.
I've talked to him in voice chat as well. Like
I know.
He does really well.
The first time he came on Mousecast, he was like, how's my English? Is it okay? I mean, he wasn't that concerned, but he asked.
People who always have the best English are asking how their English is, and it's always spotless. Like, it's the people who don't ask how their English is that normally have poor English.
Yeah. Anyway,
You're right.
so our English-speaking friend here has found out that in June, yes, we're getting a magnetic microswitch version of the Leviathan V4. I'm actually excited for that. I love the Leviathan. I just don't like how the clicks, they feel like they don't rebound well, so I don't know. Even with TTCs.
They also have the issue with the RAW 54 in the mouse, not the dongle, which feels bad.
Why? Next bit of news is we have Akko TAN8. I actually, okay, I was gonna say I actually like the industrial design here, but this is, I don't know. What do you
Why
think?
the hole's so
Brock?
massive?
I'm not a fan of the front either. That looks very Death Adder-esque. A little bit too much curvature.
Oh,
a little bit
yeah.
too much flare up there.
It's very offensive to my hand. Yeah.
Death Adder V2. I'm not talking about like V3 or V4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's V1, like the original Death Adder shape, which is where Finalboy said this on stream before that we had issues with the SLX originally looking too much like Death Adder. So I think we can say that.
Interesting.
We spent a lot of time. He said this as well. Like I'm just reiterating information that he already said that we spent a lot of time making it look like a Finalmouse. It originally looked very different and very separate from what like people saying it looks like the classic is honestly a compliment because we spent so much time to make it look similar.
It does look distinctly Finalmouse. I don't think anyone would. I mean, like let's ignore things like the scroll wheel and the star
maybe
because those could be changed.
Yeah,
but the rest of the shape you have the same kind of points, very similar angles, a little bit more flowy, and then the side buttons are very Finalmouse looking side buttons.
Good. I mean, there's not even an F on it, but and the never really is the Finalmouse logo. But good brand design is you cover up all the branding, and you should still be able to tell who made it. So let's go back to that ATK mouse and let's cover up all their branding and let's ask who made it.
Yeah. This Akko mouse, we're getting Kale optical switches, yes, because I know Chinese. Actually, I just saw the picture. Nordic 54L15, 3955, and
oh, that's good.
Kale optical V2s, yeah, they're more tactile.
The Omron replacement, yeah, they're not the same as Omrons, but they're what people are putting in.
Would you put them above or below the Viper V4 switches?
Oh,
the Viper V4 switches are so fucking loud. It really bothers me.
I like it when it's loud because that like affects the tactility in my mind. Like the louder switch, you feel it feels more crisp.
You'll like the Kale V2s then. They're not as ridiculously loud as the Viper V4s or Death Adder V4s, but they're more than any other optical.
I'm not buying this mouse.
TTC V2s can be pretty loud.
I'm still not buying this mouse. I'll try the Kales, but I'm not buying this mouse.
Yep.
Oh no, yeah.
Akko TAN8. Next mouse, maybe one that is maybe worth buying if you don't already have one. The MCHOSE. Oh no! Okay, we're gonna go to who tweeted this? Does anyone have a link for the MCHOSE K7 V2 blue gold in chat? K7 V2. I'm pretty sure Elastics might have it. Oh,
you just Google it.
Look at it. It actually searched. I know. Usually Twitter sucks though. Yeah. Okay. MCHOSE K7 V2. So now there's a blue and gold, and damn it, Daz, this is my favorite colorway now. I'm not going to buy another, though. Yeah, I like it more than the white and gold. Damn. Viper
I'm a huge blue fan, but I don't like this mouse's aesthetic, actually.
Too toyish?
Oh, go back. Rotated micro switches. We got the separate PCB there. Those switches are going to feel good.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't notice that. Well, yeah, I'm not changing mine. So for some reason...
Brock approves of that one, too. I've never bought an MCHOSE mouse, but if we could get one, get that one.
So something I'm actually not a fan of is the angled PCB. When you swap in Omron opticals, the Omron opticals feel really bad. Something about
on angled PCB.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I know it sounds crazy. You would think it would feel better, and they don't. They feel mushier.
I wonder if it's loose, and there's a gravity issue then when they're at an angle.
I've tried it on multiple mice, and it's definitely the angle. The Omron opticals, if you press on them anywhere that's not exactly perpendicular, they feel mushy. And you would think, well, when you angle the PCB and you angle the switch, now it is perpendicular. For whatever reason, it still doesn't feel that way. And I think that's probably because when you do press down with your fingers, you still are doing more of a straight down motion. Maybe you can mod some and invalidate me, but yeah, anyway. I love the blue and gold. Looks great. Next mouse, speaking of revisions to mice, ATK F1 V3, not a whole lot to say here. Looks like it's gonna be. Oh, that's kind of a fun color, gray.
I think MCHOSE and ATK are just in a race to see who can get a V4 out first. But
I know.
jokes on them, RAWM already beat them to it. So
Yeah, that's right. Why?
they skipped right the hell past 1, 2, and 3, went to 4.
Yeah. Wait. How come we never picked up on? Did we ever roast him for that?
Ludicrous speed go. That was just to like jump ahead of the Viper, probably. It was a whole marketing thing, I think. Yeah.
All right. This next topic is titled Inphic Vibrator, and that's
What?
it. Oh no, it's a mouse. My bad.
Oh, okay. So I was really concerned there. I thought we have some new human input devices on the market.
I mean, what are they
So
supposed to
Inphic
be
is doing a
showing here?
thing? Like, what is
This
this?
is haptic motors.
I think it's haptics. Like it's like a hits
Yeah.
competitor system.
Where
What
is
is, I can't
Inphic?
tell what that looks like.
Oh,
Inphic
It's some
Inphic.
really weird
makes, like,
motors.
Transformer-looking Call of Duty HUD ass mice. Usually.
Yeah. Where does
They're too
Inphic?
heavy.
Where do they get money to fund this? Because who's buying their products? Not us.
They haven't even reached out to
I mean,
me
it could be a smaller brand. Like, it could be an offshoot brand. That happens a lot.
Infic's weird, dude. They even have their own MCUs. They just follow their own drum. All right. Next topic is Harpy Ace. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna get into Computex here. Harpy Ace Extreme. No. Harpy 2 Extreme Edition 20. So we're going to get into Computex news here, but Asus has a bunch of 20th anniversary stuff coming out, and one of the products is the Harpy 2, which is kind of like a Viper V3. It's actually a really nice mouse. This version, though, has an authentic 24 karat gold plated detailing, and they have like an internal bracket in there too, and some like gold plated stuff. It's the same shape, but now costs $260 and it weighs 82 grams.
Why is this what we're spending our time on? I don't understand anything.
I say you were
Because you get 65k DPI. I need
Oh
it.
gosh, my goodness.
I don't.
I
I'd
don't
rather go back to
understand.
the Chinese mice, to be honest. I'm hurting my future job prospects at Asus.
You're right.
They actually did DM me and they're sending me something, but I don't think I can say what it is.
Is it that? Wink twice as it's this.
I don't think it's this. I hope it's not this, because if it is,
So you just winked
that
twice.
bitch is going on eBay. Okay, I'll just keep my eyes open for the rest of the stream. Oh,
You
there's a
literally
Reddit
winked
thread.
twice.
Yeah. What are the people saying in the Reddit? Well, Reddit thread got 6 upvotes. Can't wait to see the price. Okay, well, whatever. Let's move on to.
I'm opening the stream chat. I want to see what people are saying. I haven't looked at the art chat at all.
Yeah, it's delayed too.
What
Kysona at Computex is showing off their beautiful Uranus in a translucent white and blue. Very nice Uranus. And they have a bunch of other mice here too, which is kind of fun. I mean, like, what do we have going on up here? What are these? What are these here? These kind of remind me of the Project W, like the Jaeger shape, where it's like really narrow at the front.
Yeah.
They
Something
have
that
a
looks like
Dex.
pretending to be carbon fiber, something that looks like it's more of a carbon fiber.
It's Kysona, so it's gonna be the stupid.
It's not going to be carbon fiber, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, what is, like, maybe a fingertip or a stubbier mouse? They have GPX deck stuff. I don't know what these are. We have the Jupiters. This looks like a new Jupiter color. There's their stupid new
Oh, the
Jupiter
hot swap
X.
battery. The purple mouse has a hot swap. Yeah.
I think these are really cool here. These are Mercuries, which is they already have. But the translucent with a white, why do I like this? And this
Ooh,
too? Dude, I like all
White and
of
yellow, I'm
these.
not so big on. The translucent with the not crappy looking scroll wheel. Yeah, the zero didn't look great for a translucent. But
I think these all look nice. This reminds me of the Miami Lamzu.
I wish
Whatever.
the whole scroll wheel was pink on that, honestly.
Yeah. And then this is, some of the other stuff. X3s, M600s. Yeah, metallic purple. The Uranus, the translucent blue Uranus is cool.
Tell me more about Uranus, dude. Alright, moving on.
Oh, man, I did have a funny tweet. Can I show off a funny tweet and, like, Yeah, memes. It was... Paulvincent is mouse review.
I died when I saw that. Yeah.
No, what happened? Wait, what happened to Paulvincent? Did something happen to him?
No, there was just a post about him on Mouse Review. It was
I
so
thought he
funny.
died. I thought it implied he died.
Oh no! You even know who Paulvincent is?
No, I don't. But that just sounds like he died.
Okay. Oh man, where was? Oh,
Who
no,
is Paulvincent?
He's like
He's just
consistently the #1 commenter on r/mouse review, and his comments will be like really low effort. This looks good, or can't wait for this to be released. And
It'll be top comments.
sometimes, but other times no. He just comments on
That's-
everything.
it's pretty funny.
He's farming karma. You gotta
He is.
respect the hustle.
The hustle. All right,
Put
moving on.
him on Twitter. He might. That's like the strat. You gotta respond to every post with some
Yeah.
random thing like that, and you'll get paid for the impressions.
Corsair is launching a new mouse at Computex. Very exciting, guys. Look at this. Don't you want it?
I invested in Corsair for the IPO, and I lost ungodly amounts of money when I was a freshman in high school. I sold them at like $13. I bought them at like 21. They popped up to 45 per day, but being a freshman in high school, I was grounded for my phone the day they popped up to 45, and I lost that on like I think $5,000 then. So that's a personal story on me. I haven't traded anything that's not in the S&P 500 since Corsair because it's just like too risky. It was like one of the only peripheral stocks that were out there, and I was really bullish peripherals.
Yeah. And
But
you guys know, you know what happened here? They announced they were going to be doing AI stuff.
That's the secret. Yeah.
That's the secret. Stonks go up. Anyway, were we? Sorry, am I supposed to talk about this? Probably not. Tech Power Up Night Sword V2 Wireless SD. Corsair's first gaming mouse to feature dedicated Stream Deck launch button.
What?
33K DPI Marksman S sensor, 750. Okay, this is... Yeah. Alright. No care. There's your game stream button or something. Next mouse from Computex. We have MSI UK. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to get a good picture.
Hold on.
But they have...
The Reddit post for Paulvincent's in your DM now. If you want to pull
Oh,
it up
is
for,
it-
for the memes.
Is it... I mean, is it, like,
I would-
sad?
No,
Do I
no,
need-
no. It's hilarious. It's just a meme.
Oh, okay. Paulvincent, let him cook. Wait,
There we go. I see his face.
Fuck.
116 upvotes. Top comment. He blocked me for disagreeing.
Can we get Paul Vincent on the podcast? I'm gonna come back for a Paul.
It'd be
Vincent
unhinged. Yeah, dude.
This dude is either
The comedy is
completely
he hasn't
unemployed-
commented on this.
Every 15 seconds he just speaks up like that looks good. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, he replied to one comment. Okay.
Wait, where is he? We have to see if the goat himself has spoken.
He just talked about some review he's working on.
Oh, he's a reviewer.
I hope
didn't
I'm not
know that
too
he
late.
did
I'm currently
reviews.
making a review of the A5 E3. I think he's also not English first language.
That sounds like when you get when you have like a overseas name and you get like American name and it ends up being two first names. That's
Why
that's
are
the
people-
vibe I got.
Like, I think this is top comment worthy. Cool guy.
Okay.
I do like these are funny though. He blocked me for disagreeing. Okay.
He's
dead.
100,000 Reddit contributions in 5 years.
What?
Holy shit.
How many is that per day? 100,000 divided by.
Well, how many years are we doing it
You
for?
said how many years?
5 years.
So
divided
1,500
by-
days. I mean 1,800 days, I guess.
God, I can't do fucking parentheses on this.
What do you have, a half
Divided
keyboard
by-
right now?
54. Okay,
55 comments a day?
Jesus.
that's not that bad. I aim for 100 replies on Twitter a day.
Okay.
That's been my new strat. But like that's like I try to give like good feedback on like 100 posts.
Do you also block people for disagreeing with you?
Hey, okay, this is sensitive.
Oh no.
That was I blocked people to protect my brand image because I don't want to get into arguments online. I literally, I think I've only ever blocked one person on Twitter, and that was today. So that's really crazy you say that. Actually, I didn't. I blocked and unblocked, just because I was like, okay, we need to go our separate ways. And I wished them the best, but I was like, hey, we need to go our separate ways now because I can't have you saying things like that in my comments.
You fired him very eloquently. Good job.
I wish him the best. Like I said, like hey, we just don't professionally mesh. I gave him like, the Harvard rejection letter. I have a very specific criteria, and like
I thought you weren't a Finalmouse employee, but here you are firing people.
That's fine. I must have been fired. Maybe me. Well, I'm not unemployed, so I can't be fired. But...
Contract ended.
I just be barred from ever working with them again, which wouldn't be good. I really enjoyed working there.
Who is Finalboy? Is he just a marketing guy, or is he like the owner?
I looked them up on what is it, LinkedIn. There's some.
You can look him up on LinkedIn, bro. I'm gonna have to do this off stream.
If you know his real name, do you know?
Yeah, first name.
I don't know if he wants me
last name Final.
Yeah, I don't want to air his full name on. I mean, I refer to him by his first name. I refer to him by his first name when I'm talking to him, but that's because like I'm again I have that thing with screen names where I use my full legal as my screen name. I don't like using like it feels weird to use a screen name to me. No offense to either of you, because I understand like protecting your personal life. I just get uncomfortable like calling someone like Noob Slayer 69.
Damn that!
Like, I can't sit here and call someone Noob Slayer 69 with a straight face. Like, hey, Noob Slayer 69, how's your day? Like, that's just not happening.
You slay many noobs. Okay, let's move on to Computex. We got to finish up the news here. We got MSI UK tweeting about mouse. I don't even know what mouse this is, but it's called like Versa something, I think. Versa Alloy Wireless. So it's magnesium. It actually looks really cool.
MSI makes mice?
The Versa series, yeah, they're not great.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone using MSI mice.
No, they're kind of. I don't think they're big here in the US. At least.
Oh, okay.
It looks Red Dragon.
That's because I confused it with a Red Dragon mouse. The logo is very similar to Red Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like I looked at it and instantly glazed over it. I was like, oh, Red Dragon. Like, you just like. That is not a good logo to have in your mouse.
No, this actually looks pretty sick though. Like the bronze.
Yeah.
The little pink accent. Like this is sick.
They need to put the MSI logo on instead because I just feel like looking too similar to Red Dragon is like negative IP value. Just to be anyway like Red Dragon is just not a good look.
So Gigabyte has a few announcements too. Aorus K10 Infinity. So we got a keyboard and we got a mouse. The keyboard has a display. There's the mouse. It looks pretty ugly. I guess it's a real product. She's very enthusiastic.
I know.
That's
AI.
It's the opposite of Brock when he takes to talk about mice.
Tactical. It's not tactile. They're tactical magnetic switches. You're gonna attach a scope or a flashlight.
That'll be interesting because maybe that will give us like a sneak peek of what the TMR system on the SLX will be like, where it actuates before. You actually feel it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I can't imagine that feeling bad. Like everyone's complaining about that it's gonna actuate before you feel, but I feel like it's reading your mind. Like I feel like it's not a bad thing because like you can feel a normal Halling effect switch actually like it registers before it bottoms out, and that's normally when you feel it actuates. And like I'm fine with that. It feels good. It feels like it's reading my mind.
And then also Asus at Computex, this was their 20th anniversary stuff. They didn't actually, I don't have a picture of the mouse anymore, sorry, but they have monitors. A ridiculous router.
Jesus. Mars rover router.
Yeah.
Upside down.
It's like a spider.
Spider bot, yeah.
Bro, there's computers smaller than this graphics card.
That's smaller than the Mac Mini, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! It's huge!
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean look at the slot, the 2 slot here. So this is the 4 slot card.
My.
You know, you could probably put a mobile chip in there. And like a mobile chip, like a Raspberry Pi.
Oh yeah.
With the NVMe ports. And you could have probably a whole computer run off that, like just off the spare room, because I'm sure there's tons of spare room in that chassis.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Crazy.
I guess you have to have a power supply though.
All right, next we got pad news now. We're finished with the
Here we
mice
go.
news.
How
Now
about
pad
that
news. PadLock. Can one of you guys take this? I don't know what this is.
I mean, it says everything it needs to say here, basically. It's like a one
it's
size fits all. Keep your mouse pad where you want it to be.
The only thing I'm worried about is that it's 500 by 500. I have a lot of mouse pads that are like 420 by 490, so I don't want it like sticking out. I wish they made like a smaller size, but maybe they don't want it so they don't want you to feel like unevenness on the parts that aren't.
Because it looks really
Whatever,
sticky, right? And there could be debris on there if it's bigger than.
Is it sticky? I wonder how it works. I wonder if it's
sure.
a high friction surface or if it's sticky. But even if it's a high friction surface, it's still gonna be prone to dust getting in it.
So is this
level
just
of reflectivity there?
is this just a glorified silicone pad that's what do they say, 0.3 millimeter? 0.3 millimeters thin. That's very thin. So that's like the really thin grip tapes. And then it's reflective here, so it's probably silicone. It's a silicone sheet.
Transparently, when I saw this, I laughed because my S2P I had slipped around with like the least sticky base ever. So I thought this was a hilarious way to fix it.
Create an issue so you can have a companion product. Oh.
But everyone else has had a very positive reaction to it, and I do see the use case. So
Yeah, I personally just put a desk pad down, and like that prevents my crappy mouse pads from sliding around. But I'm not going to disparage it. I'm glad that this exists. Like, I'm kind of surprised it's taken this long for somebody to market. Like, with how many iterative mouse pads we have, you know?
They didn't list the price though, right?
No price. Launching
It's up in 2 days.
upcoming Saturday, June 6th. Suitable for cloth and glass. Ultra thin, high friction mat that sits under your mouse pad and keeps it locked to your desk. Okay, cool. Speaking of people putting gray rectangles and black rectangles on their tabletops, we have Tekasai with a teaser of a new glass pad. Remember he said in his interview, he was like,
"This is me."
Yeah.
I can tell this doesn't look like an anime girl pad, therefore I need it.
One of my 100
right
replies a
about
day. Seeing that's like a high quality response. I won't just say like looks good.
Did you just start the Twitter push like recently?
When I was getting 100,000 views a day, I was like, maybe I need to pursue this. I realized like people were actually liking the things I was saying.
You're consistent with you're getting likes, so people are engaging with your shit.
But maybe I need to talk less so I don't get in trouble. I need the quiet little mouse.
Anyway, the tech.
I really enjoy learning from people and discussing ideas. My favorite part isn't getting likes; it's getting comments back and people telling me what they think as well. Like I love it when if you see me, if you have thoughts on anything I post, like anyone watching, if you see it, like I really appreciate it if you responded and tell me if like you think I'm in the wrong. Like I love criticism. I love Chris. I think it builds you up much more than a yes, because you never know if someone's just telling you yes just to be nice. But criticism, like that's almost always. Almost always objective.
Great mindset. Yeah, it's a rare mindset.
Yeah, so I went off a tangent there.
No, that's good. Jigsaw reviews in chat says the PMM silicone pad is $25. What do we think of that, guys?
Okay, so the pad is cheaper than the scroll wheels. So the scroll wheels are like $40. I love those scroll wheels. They look so sick.
He
they
sells
look like
metal scroll wheels?
Yeah, they're really cool. But I'm obviously doing well for myself now, but I'm not spending $40 on a scroll wheel. Like if they were $10, I'd probably buy 20 of them. But the fact that they're $40 each.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I just can't justify that.
No.
Yeah, I see that one. The gold one's even 42.
Yeah.
The material cost there. Black one?
Like, what do we think the material cost here is?
I mean, I looked into making them myself, and they're not cheap to make. So
no,
I'll say that.
These are machined. Yeah, this isn't cheap to make. The material, it's not the material cost, it's the machine time. And how thin these are, you're going to have a decently high scrap rate. And then they're also these are probably anodized too, so you have to send them out for anodizing.
And magnesium stock as well. It's not just aluminum. I think it's magnesium, correct?
Oh, they're magnesium.
Yes.
They're magnesium alloy. Yeah.
Think about how much waste there is on that as well, because it's 90% cut out to make it that thin.
Plus, it has that Ultra Grip 3.0, which is very much adds a lot of cost to the mouse when you get it. So.
Oh,
the what?
Yeah, coating Ultra Grip.
Oh, it's ceramic.
I asked him about that on a Twitter DM. I forget how I phrased it. I should have dug into what his actual cost is, but I get the impression his cost, if he's charging, because the upcharge for the coating on the mice, I want to say it's like $30 or $40 to get the coating. So I bet you his cost.
I'll tell you how much it is
like,
upstream, because he told me the cost in private before.
Or is it
like
safe
how much
to
it would
say,
cost?
Is it safe to say he's not just milking his customers with that price? Oh, okay. We'll move on. The coating is very
nothing against him, but like he told me how much it would be for me to like run my 3D printed mice through it as well.
I see.
So
and it has to be less than that for his cost then.
And it's something that you have to send out for. It's not something that you can do at home.
Yeah, well, no, he told me it's a German company. Like it's someone you can only get coating that good in Germany apparently.
That sucks.
From what I understand, like I don't know anything about it, but I think it's only an air dry ceramic coating as well. You really want the baked one because you need the baking for the full reaction, the full durability to happen. Because I've seen some people who have been able to rub the ceramic coating off of the mice, and that's I think it's a poor representation of ceramic coating because like imagine if you had a clay pot and you only let it air dry and you didn't ever blast it in a kiln, it wouldn't be very strong. And that's similar to an air dry ceramic coating. You really want the heat dry one. I don't know, maybe they do heat dry, but just given the fact that it rubs off of the clicks sometimes, I've allegedly heard it rubs off of the mouse clicks. I'm not sure if it's a heat dry reaction. See, there's my more mouse autism right there.
Yeah. Anyway, this speed pad that Tekasai is releasing, he mentioned it's like going to be the fastest glass pad I think he's done. He says.
I hear that so often though.
And I know, right? And we got a few last bits of news here. We have Asus is coming out with a new 540 hertz OLED 24.5 inch, so it's like esports size. Sure. Again, Computex is going on. It's going to be called
esports size.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
27 is, I think, I don't know. I don't get the esports size thing. Just do 27 inch and then like shrink it with.
That's what I have right now. I did the 26.5. I think it works fine. I was on 24 inches for the longest time.
The 27 inches, I know some of them even have like esports mode that will give you black bars around and it'll just render a 24.5 inch.
My 32 inch one had that as well, but it was kind of it was really weird to see like that big of because you have as much black area on
I bet.
But it's 32 inches.
And then, this is something I tweeted. All right, well, MSI.
Oh, actually, I want to see. Can we go back to that monitor? I want people to like say in chat how much they think it's gonna cost. I'm curious what everyone thinks. I've heard like such a wide range of like guesses to what the Asus esports monitor is gonna cost. And let me open chat. I want to see what everyone's saying.
They might already have the price, right?
Well, maybe. I heard some people saying it's going to be like $1,500, and that would be insane for a 1080p monitor.
That would be insane. Well, the premium OLEDs are already like $1,000 is the price point, but the like 360.
And from Bennett's is 1,600, 2K, 1K, 800.
My guess is I'm going to say $899. I'm actually going to go under $1,000 because there are like 360 hertz monitors. OLED are like $500-$600 all day long. I don't know. Maybe the esports tax people will spend over $1,000, but you shouldn't. I don't think you should.
But that's such a small portion of the market.
Yeah,
you know, like only less than 1% of people are actually involved in esports.
And remember, there's also 480 hertz monitors now that are like $600-$700. 540 ain't really getting you. Oh, that's not really perceptible, in my experience.
Well, even Minecraft won't run that high anymore.
Oh no!
Like in the newer updates, you're not getting up to like even like my 4080 doesn't get up to that many FPS on even Minecraft Java. Maybe in Minecraft Bedrock because that's really well optimized in C++.
MSI is also coming out with an OLED monitor. They call it. Well, it's the world's first triple mode OLED monitor capable of 4K at 360 hertz. Oh my gosh, you're gonna need a beefy graphics card. And it also has 2K at 520 hertz and full HD at 680 hertz. Wow.
And so imagine if this is less than the AMD one. Or not AMD, sorry, the Asus one. Like, it can't possibly cost more than whatever this costs.
Yeah,
Because
5th gen
who would buy that over
OLED
this?
G-Sync. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of cool to see. And last bit of news that I debated even throwing this one in, but post Titanfall, this is a game from the Splitgate developers called Empulse. It is a, what do they call it? A 6v6 movement FPS called Empulse. High-speed movement, chaining, wall running, grappling, and holo jumps. However, unlike TF, what? Team Fortress? Oh, Titanfall. Mechs that appear on the map are contested as objectives to fight over and steal. Oh, okay. So sort of, okay. Dev team says lots of Titanfall fans among them. For those looking for something to fill the void, how about this?
I mean, Titanfall is still like, relatively active, though. I played that last year.
Is it?
The load times weren't that bad. Can we talk about how the Splitgate Studios, like whoever, I forget who owns Splitgate, but they were offered like $2 billion by Microsoft for Splitgate because they thought it was the future of the esports franchise, and they declined because they thought that Splitgate was worth more than $2 billion. And I can't imagine what they feel every night
Billion with
now,
a B?
Yeah, you can look this up. You can verify it. You can see how much Microsoft offered to buy Splitgate because they thought it was the future of esports. It was really big one summer. Like I remember playing it one summer with all my friends in high school. Like it was bigger than Fortnite for a summer, and then it was just gone.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, dev behind Splitgate valued at a mind-boggling 1.5 billion.
Yeah, so I guess I rounded it up in my head. But I mean, like, can you imagine declining that and like going to sleep every night knowing you could have been a billionaire?
That's insane.
Because look at Splitgate 2-player got right now. Like,
Splitgate it's a very high skill ceiling, very competitive game. It just never really caught on.
The Splitgate 1, when it originally came out, it was so popular. That's why it was offered that much money, but then it really just fell off because it
fell off quickly, if I recall. Like, I don't think it lasted. Like, people were streaming it for a few months, but kind of like, what was the stupid Battlefield Minecraft battle bit? Right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like Splitgate was one of those.
God, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was really good at Splitgate. I was up there.
Oh yeah.
Then it was just, and all of a sudden the load time started taking 10 minutes, and I stopped playing it.
If you guys don't know Splitgate, it's basically Halo but with portals. So there's your typical power-up weapons, and then you have your base guns of like the battle rifle, the pistol, and then there's like the gravity hammer. There's a sniper. There's shotguns as the power weapons, and I don't know. It's a really fun game. It's kind of a shame that it didn't catch on.
It was
really TikTok killed because like it was really popular on TikTok, and it was great for people with small attention spans. You can just shoot your portals to walk.
Yeah. And
I remember like when I was a kid, I'd always like wish I could just like portal somewhere instead of walking, because walking was so boring. I think it's probably amazing for people with small attention spans. Biggest thing they ever lost was Splitgate player counts tanking.
Okay, well, I think that's everything that we had for this week, guys. There's a couple of other things.
I have.
I don't
know if we have time, but I have the mouse shape breakdown.
Oh, and this is something you can share?
Yeah, this is a bad shape, so I'm going to be pointing out there's good and bad on it.
Okay.
This is a very old, one of my first ones, and I'll just bring that on screen so everyone can see what it looks like. Hopefully I can just share the window, because I don't want the text that says at the top of the window to show up. Entire screen applications. Does it say, before you, whoever is not streaming, can I see with the text at the top of the window, that after it says Autodesk Fusion, and there's text in parentheses there, does it say that?
It does.
I can crop that. I can hide that part, Brock. So you just don't. You don't want the file.
Yeah, let's keep it out.
Okay, hang on. But everything else.
I don't think it's that big of an issue because I'm showing a personal project, so like it's
there. How's that? Okay. Wait, can you zoom out and show us what are we looking at first of all?
Oh, this is okay. So this is a poor Thorn V2 skin. I intentionally got something that has some good aspects and has some bad aspects. This is probably about half the density of what I normally do. What you'll start with is, well, maybe this was the Z8. No, it's not. This is all just Sora. So I was trying to make a ZA13 Thorn V2 mashup. So you'll start with the sand, and you'll split it in half, and you'll put an axis of symmetry, a mirror axis. So you only have to do half the work. That's why
Ergos.
if a client wants an ergo, it's 4 times as much, because it's 4 times as much work. And I also just hate ergos. But here, like you can see, there's Z fighting in the spots where it's really close, and that's what you want. You don't want spots where it's always going up. This mouse is like this pull is about 3 years old. So it's a very old pull. It's one of my earlier ones. It's not really indicative of my current quality. Particularly like up here in the front, you really don't want purple curvature. Like this is okay in this spot usually, but like this down here is bad. I don't know why I never fix this. I guess you get to see what the heck. Oh, let's read only. Hold on. Oh, actually, okay, I can't change that right now. Can we stop sharing my screen for a second so I can change something? Hello?
Yep, you got it. You're good.
Okay. I have to go into. Oh crap. Alright, I don't want the stream to go dry. I'm just looking here for a second. Where is it? Actually, let me pull up something else. Let me see how this looks. And
We're all just mindlessly watching the same split gate loop over and over.
oh, okay. Here's a better one. Oh my god, I just hit the wrong thing. Oh wait, no, it's right here. And then I have to.
So what is it you're trying to show us? The heat map?
Yeah, I'll show a couple things. This is a much better design to show it on. All right. I got it all.
Let me know when I'm good.
Yeah, you should be good now.
Okay, let me.
So this is. I don't know if it's on here yet. This is 4. This is a really old shape as well, but this is like about the density of what I normally do now. Like you want to have about this many vertexes if it's showing right now. This is the Darmoshark M2. This is it's a little bit weird because it has holes in it to fill them with clay and then scan it. Then I have the smoothing blender. Blender is part of my workflow now. So there's some flat portions that create issues. But this is a good way to. This is about the right density. Like if we go back to this, the density isn't very good. You're not gonna be able to capture enough detail for a shape. And then okay, I'll go into different specs. Inspect curvature map. So yeah, you want mostly orange curvature and then a little bit of blue on the sides, blue and green on the sides. For example, this is an issue. I don't think and like the way you move it, like it's honestly like a chicken engendering, where like you just kind of have to figure out over time which direction you want to be moving it.
And you do a lot of 3D printing. Like you'll probably print dozens of iterations, right?
Yeah. And essentially the goal is to work out the purple here. Like this is like what you're watching right now. This is my job. Being rid of that purple.
What is the purple
you want the
mean
lines to flow
exactly?
The lines means intense curvature. So that means like if you were to look at that, look at a render port. It's not bad enough that you can see it. Like when it's like that. I mean, I can kind of see it. But there'd be like a lump there on the purple because it goes in too much. It's essentially, or it goes in or it goes out too much. You kind of want the green. Like again, this is a really old shape. I'm sure this is intentionally bad things here. You kind of want the green to follow this line here. Because this is the edge where it determines it's too curved to be its own surface. surface. So you kind of want the green to follow this line, and it doesn't completely do that. Sometimes perforate here is good. Is it okay if you have deep comfort groups because there's meant to be a lot of curvature there, and that's fine. I'll go into zebra viewports. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm cooked from where? Oh, I'm not even in the mesh tab. That's why. Specs zebra. This is zebra. REA posts a lot of this. I'm surprised the side looks this good. You can essentially see like the lowest points on the thing then, based on where the waves are originating from.
Yep.
So you almost want it to be more like this, where there's the waves are as big as possible. I don't use zebra map often because I can just tell more by like how the light hits the metal. Like that's my biggest tell, and I can almost tell better in the viewports than I can on a PLA shape at this point. I don't know how. Just because it reflects more light, I can see imperfections easier. I really wish I could show like what a good shape looks like, but all of those other brands or like personal products that I'm not ready to show yet. I don't have any of the XT1 loaded onto my laptop. This is just for like personal stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You showing us kind of your process. I do.
Yeah, I wish I could do a. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just wish I could show you guys something better. This is all you can see, unfortunately, because everything special goes somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I think it still is good exposure, just initial exposure. Maybe if you guys are really interested in what Brock is doing here, you guys should follow him on Twitter and shoot him a message. So I think...
Yeah, oh my god, I keep doing it, I'm sorry.
No, so I think I want to wrap up here, just because it's getting a bit late for Daz and I. So let me go back to...
Yeah, I'm an hour behind you guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I also am 2 Red Bulls deep.
Hell
just
yeah.
for this.
Sure, whatever. Our cameras aren't perfect, but there we go. Okay. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, Brock, where can people contact you if they want to follow you? x.com/BROCKLIDDICOAT. Shoot me any ideas you have about mice. If you have any questions about how to get into making mouse shapes, I'll give you any advice you need. I'd love to see more people get into it and be able to bounce ideas off of this. Any ergonomic ideas I'm open to, but the thing that really I like talking about the most is the mechanic ideas. Like whoever came up with the idea to rotate the micro switches, great idea. That's like my go-to because I think it encapsulates the type of ideas I'm looking for from people. Yeah, that's it. I would love to talk to anyone about mice. Follow me. I'm trying to be more active on Twitter now. I'm trying to be a pillar of the community. I'm trying to be like, what's his name? The guy from Reddit. I already forgot it. 2-person names guy. Whatever. I really like mice. I'm really passionate about mice. I will talk to anyone about mice if you message me. Hell yeah. Okay. Well,
or
cool.
just structural engineering in general.
We'll be back next week, guys. With
chemical.
Oh, sorry.
Materials, not chemical. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going off on a tangent.
I want to wrap up here. So, guys, we'll be back next week with another episode.
See ya.